from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy.
I'm Matt.
And this is the 409 podcast.
And we are live with the podcast. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Chris. Hi, how's everyone doing tonight?
Yeah, good man. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. Completely forgot what I was going to do. So introductions, as I've already said, I am Chris. I shall be your host of the podcast tonight. Apparently the names are wrong because I didn't hit this button which says transition. Now the names are correct. Yep. I forgot the transmission. So with me tonight we have to my right, we have Mr. Stuart, otherwise known as Scruffy Badger Lord.
Hello.
You're a regular host, but tonight I'm in charge.
Yes.
On the bottom left, we have the Jeff Master. You may know him as the new employee for Rooster Teeth. He is Mr. Peter Hayes.
Howdy.
And
Texan.
And on the bottom right, we have the daddy of RTUK. It is Mr. Chris Tudor.
Oh, whoa, you've got to watch out when you use the words like dad and daddy around. There are a few people trying to claim that title.
You're usually okay when I call you that. You usually like it.
You can, Chris, but yeah.
Yeah, see, we have to...
I was told this was going to be.
See, we have to say that, because otherwise we just get confused with the two Chris's.
You do realise one of the other people who get the name RTUK Dad is another Chris.
Glimmer.
Oh, for God's sake, really?
Yeah, just to make things even more confusing.
There was one day there was a Facebook thread where people just kept on tagging the wrong Chris's. And like you were getting tagged, I was getting tagged, Brian was getting tagged, Glimmer was getting tagged.
Yeah. It's funny when it happens. There's too many
plus,
Chris's in the world.
On the plus side, no one's going to get confused about which Chris there is on this podcast.
No, because there's
It's
only
me,
one.
I'm
and
the
then
real
there's
Chris.
Tudor.
We have name tags. We have badges. Speaking of which, I have ordered 160 badges for RTX next week. I am just hoping they arrive on time.
Nice.
So it's now just over a week away from RTX London.
It is.
I believe this time tomorrow all four of us are going to be there, if I think correctly. In London.
I'm there in a week, 8 hours ago.
I arrived 2 p.m. Thursday morning, or Thursday afternoon.
I like how it's like Peter's just going like with the sort of like really cryptic. So you got to work out when he's going to be there, and Chris is just like, yeah, I'm there this time.
Yep. Yeah. Come say hi. I'll be landing in London City Airport.
I'm there sometime before it starts.
But sometime after RTX Austin ends.
Minutes in it.
Yeah. So we'll all be there. It's going to be pretty exciting. We're really close. It's crept up really quickly, I believe.
Yeah, I got a feeling there's still a lot more to come in this last week.
Oh yeah, there'll be some announcements. Hopefully.
There should be. Just, I'm gonna say this now. I know nothing.
Yep.
I may have a contact with Rooster Teeth. I'm not told anything. I'm not privy to any
Just
details.
the one contact. I don't.
Wait, you may have a contact. You work for them. You are the contact. You're my contact.
Well, I've a few contacts, but I have one contract, and I know nothing about what happens to events. Just going to put that out there now.
Leak stuff.
And I assume there is...
I only leak what other people tell other people, and then I say it because people weren't listening.
That's a really good way of putting it.
You're just the one who posts it to Reddit for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. It's like someone just says something off in the background, then you just go, hey, this is what happened. And then everyone listens.
Pretty much, like, the thing I say to most people when they ask me how do I know so much, pay attention.
Yeah.
Just listen to what people say, and you'll go, oh, they just talk about everything. Oh, that's nice.
Just set up your secret webcam in the broadcast office, yeah? That's how you've done it.
God, they moved that when they put in the wall, and it was a mess. I mean, what camera? I don't have any camera, no.
Well, I'm assuming there is some special stuff that Tudor knows, but we're not going to pressure you for anything. We're not getting you in trouble.
Well, no, I don't know anything, actually.
Oh, I thought you would actually know some stuff.
No, everyone knows as much as me.
I can confirm he knows nothing.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm on two panels, and I don't know what I'm going to say on either of them. So that's the extent of my knowledge on things.
I mean, now the plus side, at least, and I'm very jealous, is you are actually on a panel.
Not just a panel.
The community panel.
And the community EU panel.
Yeah.
Which I guess you won't qualify for this time next year.
It's very true.
No, we don't know. I mean, I got asked to put a description for the panel, and the first thing I said was, "What Brexit?"
Oh, for goodness sake.
Because you kind of.
See, I said I wouldn't bring it up. I didn't.
Yeah, I told Peter right before this starts, don't bring in politics. Because the last time Peter talked, it was like 4 hours of politics.
He was a bit.
Yeah.
We need to build a wall.
Oh no.
Where?
You tried that once. It didn't work.
Where are we building a wall? Who are we keeping out?
Okay, let's build it higher this time. How about that?
No, it's just all I imagine now is just a wall in front of center stage whilst you're doing your panel.
Yeah.
Just
We
build
had
a
that
wall.
last year. They were called Guardians.
Just a wall of
A
guardians.
wall of Guardians, yeah.
That's a really nice mental image to have. Just like a
that was
line of
fun to be
guardians.
part of.
So,
I still remember seeing you in the blooming store.
yeah, I tried to talk to you in the store and you walked away from me.
I was a busy man.
You looked at me
beef.
and then walked away and just walked away.
I am so sorry. Like, Scott from RT Scotland was talking to me on the tube on the way home, and apparently we had a full-on conversation. And then 6 months later, he goes, "Oh yeah, it was nice seeing you at RTX London." Wait, what? I saw you at RTX London? But yeah, on the train. Really? So I was that tired. I mean, I was fighting a sore throat, and I busted my hand up. I did not.
How on earth did
physically
you bust your hand up at a convention?
Surprised I made it out alive.
Yeah, how on earth do you bust your hand up at a convention?
Must have been some heavy merch.
Oh, no.
Falling over a yang.
embarrassing. It's the first time I've ever fallen in a shower.
Oh,
Aw.
Okay, I was just in my head going, don't laugh. Okay, no, I'm just gonna laugh.
Yeah, no. Feel free to laugh. But you fall out of the shower, your legs go over the, it isn't Premier Inn, so it's a bath shower.
No.
Hand goes out to stop my head from
death
hitting the
traps.
floor, and it slides under the door and literally just scrapes skin off the top. Yeah,
That's a horrible mental image.
yeah. You're welcome. So
wish I had
I'll
alcohol.
see you guys later. Thanks for having me.
no, we're going to talk about a certain panel that you're on. We'll talk about first. It is the RTUK Community Panel.
Yes.
And just a heads up to everyone, that has been now moved. It is in this the time slot that the cosplay judging was on. 11:30, I believe.
Yes, I believe so. I mean, that's actually news to me as well. It's only since the app's come out. I'm just trying to look at the app to make sure.
Yeah, I'm doing just the same here.
Yeah, so 11:30 to 12:30. You've got the RTK community panel with myself, Peter Hayes, Sean Mullen from Big Bite, Lizzie Thompson, and Riot Rogers. And so yeah, some pretty well-known names. I don't know how I managed to get on this panel.
Small thing
I
of
mean,
being a massive part of RTK.
Yeah, it's kind of that bit.
It might be that.
Like, it's
Or it might be your
a,
headphones.
it's the RT UK
Might be
community
that.
panel, and here's me, an Irish person.
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Peter, how does it feel to be looking at the names? Like, you see Chris and Lizzie down as RTUK and Riot as community, but then it says Peter Hayes, Rooster Teeth. How does that feel?
It was a bit weird, because I was woken up by the RTUK tweet this morning and went, oh, that's good. Oh, the app's out, and then, oh, that's me. Who's going to it? Looked at the guest panel and scrolled up. Oh, me. I'm going. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to this. That's cool. And then I just kind of stared at my phone for like 5 minutes, kind of went, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's my name.
Oh,
That's
In
my
that
face.
between Paul Sykes and Robbie Kay. That's fucking awesome.
As something that I noticed, if you squash me onto Robbie K, you get Ryan beneath us.
what?
And now
What?
we need to see that.
If you look
Hold on.
in the
Let's
guest
look at this.
tab,
Hang on.
it goes
Hang on.
me, Robbie K from Bloodfest, which is available for digital download now.
Chris, can you prove that?
We
By-
can indeed. So let's go to our special feature I've set up. Here is the app. So you see on the screen the app. So where are we going, Peter? Where are we going?
Go to guests
Guests.
and then scroll all the way down.
Oh, there you are. We have Mr. Peter
There's
Hayes.
Now, if you mix my face with Robbie K's face, you sort of get old Ryan Haywood.
Is this what you've been doing in your spare time?
Yes.
I mean, come on, he literally got the Rooster Teeth job by making gifts in his spare time. So I mean, at the end of the day, Photoshop is not a difficult
Uh-oh.
stretch.
I did a thing. Let's just go back to the app until I fix that.
Did you break it already?
Yeah, I haven't done this in a while. So while we're here, we may as well talk about the app.
Yes.
It has
Yeah.
been updated from last year. Very handy for when you're about the floor. It can give you reminders for your schedules. You can put in your schedule to know where your friends are, see a map. Do you want to talk about it, Tudor?
photos.
Because I don't know what to say.
What do you mean talk about?
Hey, you
Yeah,
posted
because
about it on Reddit. You're the one qualified to talk about it.
I literally wanted to use a Reddit post to say, by the way, I'm on a panel.
Yeah, because you did put
Obviously,
the
more
picture of
people are-
yourself on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite funny this morning. First looking at the panel and seeing, oh great, you know, Lizzie's got a picture, Riot's got a picture. I'm the Rooster Teeth logo.
Yeah, what happened there?
So when
Just type it in
when-
chat, Stuart.
the events team, you can just about see a code there. So when the events team were asking the sort of the organisers for each of the panels, so Lizzie Thompson's actually organised the community panel. I've organised the EU community panel. So they basically asked us who you're going to have to be on them,
Okay.
and also just a sort of a brief description of what you're going to be talking about, so that they can throw that on either the streams or the app itself. So although they had my name and my Twitter handle, which again was wrong because there was a rogue space in there, it's they've just gone with what they have at that time. And the lovely Dunkel fam,
Dunkel Mania.
Yeah, so the guys that actually create the app have been really good. Last year, we were tweeting Barbara's mum from the RTK account saying, "Oh, looking at the app, it's really great. We just found, this thing maybe needs clearing up, and maybe this needs correcting because I think 3 or 4 people had other people's pictures." So she was really good at like setting things up, and I'd love to meet her in person because she just sounds so nice.
Were they not there last year?
They were. I walked behind them out of Always Open.
Yeah, because I was sitting beside them during Ladies of RT before I ended up leaving.
Yeah, I saw more shirts than I saw people, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see many people. But yeah, so I messaged her today and said, look, we found a few things, like the app itself works great this year.
Looks
and
really
she was
good.
like happy enough to sort it out, and I've sent a few of the pictures for other people. Like the cosplay contest didn't have anyone on there for the pre-judging, but Riot, Lizzie, and Chris Brown, another Chris, are all going to be on
Can't
that
have too
as
many
well.
Chris's.
No.
You can
Never
have too many.
No.
It's the panel of Chris.
Oh my gosh.
I have a question for Chris. So just while we're talking about pictures on the app, can we please talk about Jeremy Dooley?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
What's I say? Jeremy's already covered that himself.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
just
the same-
I listened to that yesterday.
It is
Yeah.
an accurate representation of his own face. I don't see
Yeah.
what the problem is.
It looks just like him.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 years
It's
ago.
like I mean, there's a bit of artistic license, but it's still him. Mostly.
Yeah. Just
So, yeah,
close to.
the app is very good. Anyone who is going to RTX, definitely recommend downloading it because you don't want to have to care about all the different schedules. You're not going to remember. You're going to be having too much fun. That'll do it right for you.
Yeah.
Mr. Kincaid.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can also add your friends, and you'll be able to see where they are around the schedule.
I would also like to say, can you show people how to add a session? on
This
the
is
schedule?
this is how you add your friends on your schedule. You press the
Would you
friend
look-
schedules button. You need to have internet, which I do not. You go into here, you hit add friend, and you put in the code that your friend gives you.
Hang on, Chris. What's your code?
My code is SKGH.
So you put a schedule on the phone. You can't see it because it's peaking. But
Let's
you
say
hit
I'm doing it.
okay. Enter a name for your friend. I'm going to call it Kincaid. And then it adds him to the list.
And if you want to find out what your friend is, like, let's see, we have Joe right in the chat there. Joe, this is Joe's schedule. I can see exactly where he's going to be, so I can meet up to him. I can meet up with him at the RTUK community panel. All circles back around.
Woohoo!
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am actually really looking forward to that because I saw it
Yeah,
last time and I
me
didn't
too.
go and I regret it. So, yeah. Ooh, sorry, I've just gone onto your list and it's got Platinum only, Platinum Party. Mr. Kincaid.
So, speaking of schedules, today quite a lot of people in the RT community decided a bit of their schedule with their autograph codes.
Ooh,
Mhm.
yes.
All the
Who would
platinum
everyone
people.
get if they managed to do that? If they were Platinum, of course.
Well, I
Yeah, that's what we worry
assume
about.
I assume Tudor, your Guardian again, yeah? Yeah,
I'm not a platinum pass holder.
yeah.
But someone was very kind enough to say, I've got a couple of passes, a couple of codes going. Do you want them? And I went, well, I'll take one and we'll just retweet so you can give the other one to someone else.
Oh, that's awesome.
So So yeah, I've managed to book Barbara and Lindsay, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
I was hoping for Ryan and Jeremy because they're the only main AHs that I haven't seen before. And
I managed to get Ryan Jeremy, but got the wrong one. I meant to get the Saturday and I booked the Sunday by accident.
It was you weren't
swap it
there
for
in the voice
Lindsay
chat
and
when
Barbara.
Chris actually did that, and you could just hear the moment Chris realised.
Here, I'll swap you for your place in the panel. How about that?
Or
yeah, no,
there is
it's not
somebody
worth
on
that.
the RTX subreddit who's looking to swap their signing days.
I'll have a look there.
You probably could. Just
Oh,
to give like an
r//
actual
Rooster
answer
Teeth.
to you.
I'll actually check that right now.
So hang on, I'm just going to call him Kincaid because it's going to make.
That's not how you say my name, but okay.
How do you say
You
it?
could just call me Tudor.
Just call me Mr. Chris. I call him Tudor,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll just okay. I'll just call you Chris and Tudor. There you go.
I've just got used to calling him Tudor anyway. I don't know if he's actually okay
Yeah,
with
exactly. To be fair, I refer you to as Tudor. But it was like, Chris, I think your main worry that you'd be turning up to the signing in cosplay, in Ruby Rose cosplay.
that. Don't know about if everyone in the chat knows this, but I did a charity thing where if I raise a certain amount of money, I would attend RTX in a Ruby dress.
And he raised it.
It
Props
raised
to him.
that in an hour. So a couple of days ago, I fitted the dress, and on the Sunday, I will be wearing the dress.
Yes.
Which means I will be meeting Ryan and Jeremy in a Ruby Rose dress, which does not fit. It is too small, so a lot of chest is showing.
That's
Peace is
even
just going to
better.
follow you round. Peace is just going to
Yes.
follow you round.
I don't know how.
No,
I'm
Peter's
going
going to be
that signing.
working. Peter's going to be working.
What work?
You work for Rooster Teeth. It's a Rooster Teeth event.
He just gifts.
Yeah, I work weekdays. This is all on the weekend. I'm fine.
What about the Friday though?
It's going to be a busy holiday for you.
Friday's only Nomad. Sound good.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you don't need to give that.
To be fair, as of now, Chris has managed to raise 150 quid for special effect.
I'm happy enough with that. It's more than I got.
So
I
the
only
best
put...
part is as well, the donation goal was 100 quid for him to wear the outfit, and he said it reached out an hour.
Yeah, the only reason I put that on because I didn't think it would make it. I'm like, oh, I won't have to do it. And now in my suitcase over there, I have boots and a ruby dress. And a
Never
wig.
threaten the internet with, oh, you're not going to be able to raise this money
Just-
and put me in a dress.
Just a shout out to the loners of RTX London. It was basically all
Oh,
them that
yeah.
raised the money. Just a bunch of people who have no friends who decide to torture me. That is the loners. There's quite a lot of them in the chat. We have Dissim, we have Tapbrit, we have Sarah, we have Georgia. I hate you all, but thank you for donating the special effect.
It could have been worse. You could have been Mr. Diddles.
Speaking of special effect, segue. Tudor, I believe you have some parties to talk about,
That is how he said
even
it.
though all the tickets are sold out.
Yeah, it feels a bit cruel to be talking about the parties now. I mean,
Yeah.
There's a
we do
giveaway.
have a giveaway on the RTOK account right now. It's just a Glean giveaway, so everyone's open to it. We're giving away a pair of party tickets to the after party after the success of last year. So that one's actually been more stressful now than the boat because it's only just been today that I've realised I haven't spoken to the venue for about 3 months. Luckily, I know them there, so they've been all cool. They've actually extended their license as well, which is awesome. So we've got some great raffle prizes. We've got a Mario Kart tournament going.
I'm looking
And
forward
yeah,
to it.
it's probably going to raise a lot of money, but we also had a lot of fun last year. But that's on the Sunday, and the one everyone seems to be talking about, which is blowing my mind constantly. Everyone's talking about the boat party, or the party boat.
I mean, seriously,
I
if
call
you
it
go
one
to
thing
someone's...
and it's actually the other, but hey.
Well, it's like if you go to someone and say, "Oh, we got a party. It's in a pub." Yay! Oh, we got a party. It's on a boat.
Yeah.
Like,
I
what are you
am
going to be more excited?
I am really impressed how quickly tickets sold out for those. It was insane.
I mean, it was actually. But
Yeah.
out of interest, if you can say this, how many tickets actually were there?
There were a total of 130 tickets.
Okay,
for
so
the
not a lot.
But still,
No,
But
it's
obviously,
not
that's
a
the
lot. I mean,
capacity of the party boat.
but for a community
Yeah.
party, that is pretty big.
Yeah, it's massive.
It is. It is
To
pretty
sell
big,
out in
and,
5 minutes.
Yeah, and you look at the well, this is why we split both parties over 2 days each, just so it gave everyone a chance to get some tickets, because we did the after party last year, just one bulk, and that again went in
Yeah.
less than half an hour easily.
I think it's because the point that
So-
people actually really, really, really want to meet their friends in the community.
I was working
And,
on a
yeah,
set last
absolutely.
year and I didn't get any
Absolutely.
tickets. That was so sad.
I think I
Yeah.
managed to get a ticket this time. I mean,
I know,
I would be attempting to go to the
makes
website.
it a lot harder, but last year we definitely didn't want to do anything too big or stretch anything too big. Most of the RTK team last year were Guardians as well, so we really didn't have much time to do anything else. I actually had to abandon my store team just to get to the party an hour later than I should have. Just so I could take over some from Graham and Dan, who were very kind to help me out with that. So this year I decided I want to focus on the community side of things. Didn't go as a Guardian. Also, it just happened that I couldn't go on Thursday anyway. But I think if the trend continues, next year is going to have to be huge.
Just a party every
meet the
single
demand.
day.
It's gonna be huge.
3 parties a day,
Yeah.
every day. You'll still
We're
sell
gonna
out.
need to- we're probably going to need to add an extra 0 to the attendance.
I mean,
just
it's
to meet
also the.
demand.
I think it's also the fact you're gonna need to find a new venue at that point, because even the loading bar can't deal with that amount of people.
Oh no! Look,
I mean, you're
bar's
pushing the
quite
loading
small.
bar anyway. You're pushing the capacity of the loading bar as it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you
think
are at the Excel. Just take the North halls.
yeah.
Just everybody in
entire
there.
side.
Yeah.
So you basically just go to Rooster and say, "Hey, we're just gonna put that side of the halls," and just then everyone just
Yeah.
like feeds in between.
And I just want to mention that if you didn't get a ticket for the boat party or the after party, there is other meetups happening throughout the week. On the Wednesday, there will be a meeting in the middle of London in the Bandai Namco, hosted by James Kirk, I believe.
I'm going to that.
You can go in there,
Yeah.
play some games, get some food, just have a good time. I've been there once, loved it. It's just amazing, the games in there. And also on Thursday, we have the RT London Pride meetup. Possibly maybe some staff there. Cannot confirm nor deny that statement.
Ellie Main is going.
Can I confirm that
think-
statement?
Chris, you confirmed that statement.
I think.
Yeah,
Patrick
I
should be
think
there.
I'll confirm it now. She's confirmed she's going. We actually, when the first list of guests came out, she actually tweeted us, messaged us at RTK saying, "Oh no, I'm not going to make it, but I might come and pay my own way." And like, oh, okay, we can't really say that because we'll get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So just for having literally been quiet completely about it, but so it's going to be so nice to see that she's able to come.
I mean,
Is-
on the plus side, just getting casually messaged by RT staff is brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it was completely out of the blue. So it was really cool, and I'd love to meet Ellie again because the last time it was very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember that Anthony just casually was just vlogging, Anthony being the main guy on the podcast, and he was just vlogging down the hall, and just suddenly Ellie just comes over the side. It's probably one of the most surreal things I've ever seen. It's actually on his vlog, but it's just like walking alongside Ellie, dual vlogging.
Every time
She
I
spent
seen
most
Ellie
of her
last
time
year,
with
she
it.
was busy. She was just
yeah,
running
she
about
did.
busy as hell.
Yeah.
Same with like
She
guys like
ran-
Patrick and all.
Well, Patrick was working.
Yeah.
Is like the Saturday was a difficult day for them because
Yeah.
they had a lot of like they had to deal with all the convention stuff. Then the head guardians had to deal with stuff. They had to go back to them, then back to the head guardians, and down to the guardians, and then still had to do other stuff that they always had to do with the convention anyway. So Saturday was a long day.
Yeah. But it was a great day. Great day for me.
I can't remember what I did Saturday.
Yeah, how was she struggling? Oh, went to laser team. Yeah, that was fun. Got front
nice.
row. Yeah, that was fun. I feel so proud of myself that I was like first into the panel. So I'm like, I was the first person to ever go and do a panel in a UK RTX.
Nice.
That's my
No,
that's my claim to fame. Forget all the TV stuff. That's my claim to fame.
Forget that time you were in a sightline with Cameron Cough.
The funny thing is that is actually the day that scene was filmed was the day that the after party tickets went live last year, and that's why I missed it because I was filming that scene.
And it's come full circle because he's going to RTX London as well.
Is he really?
It's very true.
Yeah, he's on the Kind of Funny panel.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
They
That got
literally
confirmed
announced like
today.
2 hours ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's how you knew who he was. I seen you tweet about it. I was like, why does Peter care about this show?
Well, I knew him from Kind of Funny, and I thought I'd saw him before and stuff. And then Krypton came on E4, and I went, "Oh, Cameron's in that." That's
Yeah,
good, I'll watch
that was filmed ages ago. Only finally debuted in the UK recently.
It's very true what Gabe says over in chat there. It's like throwback to when Matt wore an LN badging. Matt and Birdie's photo shoot. Which is quite cool.
That's just Gio trying to promote her own channel there, Limited Night.
Yeah.
It is good that there's so many channels that have all grown from RTK UK fans just come together to make content.
Yeah.
Like there's Limited
Yes,
Night,
like
there's
this
the Bombardiers, there's 409. There's different people who are doing their own things. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It is great.
it's one thing we're pretty gutted that we don't have, between us, we don't have the time to do ourselves more. But, you know, there's always a chance it's going to happen eventually for us. Oh, maybe we set up our own, we get a network going with these other guys,
Yeah.
like yourselves and these others.
Yeah.
Would be pretty cool.
Because I'm sure, like, I'm sure Rooster Teeth would be okay if you guys using the name for that.
Yeah, that's always been a problem.
Yeah, because
That's
I've already
why
talked to you
we-
about this sort of thing before, about using
Yeah.
the name. Because as some people might know, myself, Stuart, and some other guys went by the RTK community YouTube channel beforehand, but we didn't want to run into issues or anything. We didn't want people to think we were trying to use the Rooster Teeth name to boost ourselves, which is why we moved over to 409.
And
Yeah,
it-
that's always kind of difficult, but I think as long as you're making it clear that your community, because there's one thing, I do technically work for Rooster Teeth. If you look on any bios on any of my social media, Rooster Teeth isn't mentioned anywhere. Because even before I got my contact, people were going, "Where do you work? Who do you work for?" I've had staff who have gone over to the broadcast area in Stage 5 in Austin and go, "So where's Peter? Is he in today?" And I'm kind of going, "Nope, I live very, very far away."
Only in
So
a giant ocean away.
Oh yeah, just the 4,500 miles. But what happens to a lot of people is that they put Rooster Teeth community stuff in names and in Twitter bios, and people go, they see Rooster Teeth and they go, "Oh, where do you work? Or who do you
Yeah.
work, or how are you connected?" Because people just want to get in and want to know. But as long as you make it very clear that it's community, and that you're leading with community and all that
Yeah.
stuff, it's generally
Yeah.
fine.
it doesn't help normally.
Generally, it makes it better, sort of.
Yeah,
But then the problem is
yeah,
further down the
as long
line,
as you're
yeah.
not claiming to be official, it's fine. But it doesn't stop people. I mean, just in the past week alone, I don't know how many times I've had a message saying, "Oh, I've got this problem with the UK store order." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'd love to help you, but we're not actually."
You see, I get those too, but then I just help people.
I did have
I
one,
go as well, obviously. But
because I post all the ticket stuff, I did have one person who thought I was somehow involved in the ticket sales, so they asked me to refund their ticket for them. I'm like, okay, just let me send you your £425 on my own account.
Just
It's
give me your
always
bank
gonna happen.
details there, and we'll sort it all backwards.
Yeah.
through.
I love what Gabe just said. Turn left out of broadcast and then go 45,000 miles.
That's
Stolen
my
joke
line.
right there, yep.
That's my line. that is one of my favorite running jokes
It was a good one. though.
within Rooster Teeth. Is Jack wondering where my desk is.
Yeah.
Right, so one point I'm going to make, Chris
You've got 1 point, go.
Kincaid, and that is that we have only just found out that we actually have a spare ticket going for the boat party.
We do?
Yeah.
Mr. Tudor, do we have your permission to give this away on the stream?
maybe, maybe Peter wants it.
Peter, you could have it.
I mean, I'd go with a giveaway first, just to be nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to enter the giveaway?
I think that's right. I think
You
that's
can
right
enter the giveaway. Peter can enter the
Primarily
giveaway.
because I don't know what I'm doing for the week, and
yeah.
there's 1,000,004 people that I know coming in, so I kind of need to have like free time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll decide that by the end of the podcast. We'll have a
Also
think
gotta
about it.
decide how to enter it.
Yes, you have my blessing to give that one away.
Awesome.
It is a blessed ticket.
Just don't forget to get your wee flowery necklace things, whatever it was called. Your shirts with all the flowers on them. Get your rubber dinghies on. It's a boat
I
party.
should have worn that for the podcast. That would have been good.
I just changed shirt. That's all the effort I put in. I was wearing a wrestling
I
shirt
changed
for
the
this.
shirt and stuck a pin on. Yeah, really not hard.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
do wish I was going to the boat party, but I'm hosting a meetup for the loners that night. I've got to help those lonely people. They got nothing.
You could just put them on a different boat.
Boat wars.
Right, I'm going to Poundland to get like the
Sounds
cheapest
so wrong.
inflatable boat I can get.
No,
No, just
now
like-
we're like, now we're
Surely there's like some cross Thames ferry that you can get.
no, you just see,
Just go,
you just go past
We're on
the
a
door, you
small
just go,
boat party. We're going over the Blackwall Tunnel. Isn't it lovely?
And then we'll just like do like
Go-
the
go-
pirates.
Go to the opposite end and have a tube party. Take over an underground carriage.
Dude, I'm scared enough of
Brilliant.
London transport. I'm not going on that.
I will make a point though. All I am now having as a mental image is just you guys having fun on the boat party, and then all you just hear is the Cutty Sark just coming up behind.
Right,
Got them.
this is what's going to happen. You're all going to be in the boat, partying away, having a great time. You're going to look over the water, and you're just going to see me in a tuba with a sun hat on, with a cocktail in my hand, just floating down, smiling, as I float out
11:30
into the
at night.
ocean. Yep.
Towed into the back of the boat. I'm actually here, guys.
You in the
11:30
middle of the
at night.
Thames with the Met Police hurtling towards you.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It definitely will be interesting. And there's one party we forgot to mention. So we have the boat party and the after party, and then we have the platinum party, which no details have been announced for yet except the time.
They're probably still narrowing down
Yeah.
the venue.
Yeah, like,
If I was to guess.
Still don't know if it's 18 plus or any ages, because in the app it says 18 plus. And then on the website,
I think it is 18
plus. the website
Yeah.
says any ages.
I think by the fact I think the problem is by law, you can't say any ages if there is access to alcohol.
Yeah.
So they have to say 18 plus, and it has to be 18 plus because there's no guarantee that someone looks over the age of 18 and is under 18, and then the bar gets sued.
Yeah, and Gabe,
Or
just to answer your question, Gabe, the party starts at 7:30 p.m.
Right. Where was this announced?
on the app.
Do you
Great
wanna
app.
bring the app
You
up
get
and
all
show
the
us?
information there. That's effort, but okay.
There is.
Have to open
there
my
is another
phone.
party we haven't spoken about.
Ooh.
It's the Let's Play party.
Oh yes, the thing that everyone freaked out about, including me.
Everyone thought that they could go to.
Yeah,
Which
including
is
me.
not.
Yeah. Everyone can
No.
go to this one though. This is what you forget because I believe it's going to be streamed.
It is.
Yeah, it is a first exclusive live stream on the Thursday.
Yep,
Yeah.
1 p.m.
Starting at 2 p.m.
If
2 p.m.
if you can't see it on Thursday, it'll be rebroadcast twice, in a similar vein to the spring break, which was held earlier in the year. I had been wondering for a long time when they were going to do the second Let's Play type event this year because there was supposed to be two. This might be it. I don't know. Again, I'm not told anything. But there should be more information at some point this week, potentially tomorrow or Friday. I'd lean to the Friday because I think it's a live off topic, so Trevor can
Yeah.
be
No, it
doing a
makes
lot
sense.
of talking.
I think Gabe made a very good point there and said you can say any ages as long as it's before, should say before 9 p.m. But as far as I know, if it runs till after, it counts as being after
Yeah.
because you have to assume that everyone's going to be there from 7:30 till 10:30, which
Because
means
you
you have to
could-
assume that they're going to be there.
You could then just start any event
Hmm.
at like 2 in the afternoon and just keep it going.
Yeah.
Which is a big no-no in law.
A big,
Yep.
big go to jail.
Oh yeah.
Or have your liquor license revoked. One or the other.
The big,
Yeah,
oh, you
well.
would like to host events in the UK? Well, tough.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why I get on a boat and hold them at international waters.
Or host them in Ireland.
The Thames isn't international.
I have looked into doing an event of this scale in Ireland. It's kind of tricky.
How many times are
Why
you going to
is
have to
that?
mention the joke? When's RTX Peter's house? You mentioned it on a
I mean-
podcast like 3 months ago. I'm going to keep on bringing it up.
No. I didn't mention
Anthony.
it. Somebody else mentioned it in the chat.
Well, I kept it going. And hello, Anthony. I just noticed he's in the chat.
He is.
The guy- this is-
Fine, Anthony's a lawyer.
Are you blind?
This is the guy that's
I
been
thought
trying to get
it's
used in
been
the
there a
chat
while.
for like 2 or 3 months. Yeah, when I noticed like I am indeed blind.
Yeah, he has been trying to get Peter into the podcast for ages, and then Chris just
I-
asked once, and yeah,
I was busy.
yeah, I know.
I didn't have a lot of time. Also, On the Spot currently isn't in season.
Yeah, Anthony has been talking all the time and I haven't even noticed him. I am blind.
Achievement puncher. Peter Hayes punches Stob at RTX.
Oh, I can do that for free. Doesn't have to be Peter.
we could probably fit that in somewhere on the Sunday.
Let's just have a line. That can be his own. That can be his own booth. Just walk up, boom, walk away.
No,
There-
now you're reminding me of my idea for an £1 million, although, which was literally every time someone says they're your fan, you have to punch them in the face as hard as you can.
I'm gonna have to
Oh, wow,
punch
I
so
can
many
do that.
people.
But then you've just got Bernie stood at like just stood at one of the desks, just like, come on, say,
Oh,
I'm
he-
your biggest fan. Sorry.
He'd love it. He'd absolutely love it.
I could just imagine
would.
that. Michael would love it.
I have to punch
Michael
Bernie
would
in the
100
face since I give him an autograph. He loves me.
Michael Jones would 100% take the money.
No, Michael's a nice guy.
But would you?
He
take
ruined
Billy
Laser Team
Quiff?
2 for me.
How did you ruin Laser Team?
I was at the VIP bar last year. I was up and talked to him, and I was at the panel, so I was talking about things in the panel. I was like, yeah, I can't wait to see this bit. And he's like, oh yeah, it was this bit and this bit. I'm like, oh, this was before the movie actually came out. I forget exactly what it was, but he did say some of the things, and I was like, I got some exclusive information.
I did actually watch a bit of Laser Team 2 today, just to avoid doing other work. It's a fine movie. Like, I understand it's not peak cinema. It's not going to win any awards.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
as we're a group of people who normally make other funny crap that doesn't take a lot of effort, apart from the massive shows that take far too much effort, it was a good movie.
Yeah,
To be
like,
fair, I swear to God, I thought you just said peak cinnamon, and that was possibly
I
the
did,
weirdest thing I've ever had.
I did say peak cinnamon.
I couldn't see anyone who's not a Rooster Teeth fan enjoying the movie.
Yeah.
No.
But
Laser
have
Team,
you
no.
not seen
Bloodfest,
Bloodfest?
yes.
I have not yet seen Bloodfest. I'm probably gonna watch it next week with my girlfriend.
yeah, because I took two of my mates who aren't
wasn't-
big RT fans, and they absolutely loved it. So I think they've really hit the nail on the head with getting that one done.
There wasn't any
I think-
screenings in Northern Ireland for it.
Ah,
Did you have any
Nor in the
downside?
Republic.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get screenings again because they didn't give us one for Laser Team 2, and I was emailing them, and then we finally got one. They announced it 2 days before it happened, so I only had 2 days to get the word out, and like 15 people showed up.
Yeah, I think it was broadly similar for down here.
I don't think they were happy, and probably
And
won't
it
get
was
any more.
For once, it was in a cinema that's actually close to me, and I still didn't go because I'd work to do.
It was funny because then they set that screen up separately because it's not a proper booking, and then they come out and go, "Are you guys here for the Laser Tag movie?" And that's it. It's weird because Laser Team 1, when it played in Belfast, the cinema was sold out. It sold out in like a week and a half.
yeah.
And it was great,
Yeah.
but it was just
I
so
think most
badly
of them
promoted.
probably they were as well.
Yeah. Did really enjoy Laser Team 1 though, loved it. Got it on Blu-ray over there.
And that was a huge boost to the UK community, probably across globally as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's
Globally,
what
in the
I,
entire world of the United Kingdom. The monarchies, I mean, nope, no politics. I promised.
yeah,
I
you
promised.
don't sound bitter at all, do you?
It is great, these events though.
700 years of oppression, we get one jab.
It is great, these events though, 'cause it's always great to have a chance to go out and find other Rooster Teeth fans, especially for people like me and Peter who maybe have like a smaller amount of fans in the country compared to maybe places like England and Scotland and all. For example,
But it's not that there's fewer of them. It's that nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Because like I found people who I go to college with who found me on Twitter through my name, and then they went, "Oh, you're that one," and I kind of going, "We've spoken for 7-8 months and gone to the same classes, and you've never mentioned anything,
yeah.
and only now you've kind of gone, oh, okay."
I didn't
So
actually
then you kind of go,
I didn't actually connect you to your Reddit name until like a year after talking to you on Reddit.
most
it was-
people didn't.
It was when Tudor retweeted something about it. I'm like, wait a second.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Oh,
the only
God.
reason, I've only had my name next to my Reddit username in the subreddit since the Monday after RTX,
Yeah.
because I was in a hotel because my flights got delayed because of a lovely storm. So I was just sitting in a hotel going through Reddit,
Oh,
and
that
then one of the
storm.
mods went, "But should we like give you a flare or something?" I went, "Oh, I mean, I wouldn't mind." And then
miss my flare.
reloaded and went, "Oh, there's me."
I used to have a flare in that Reddit. I miss it. I was the
Actually,
real
OG
one.
Discord crew now.
Yeah, but I used to be the
Oh yeah,
real
but that
one.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that was a nice storm, wasn't it, Peter?
It was
So-
lovely because I got to stay in a lovely luxury holiday inn
So did I.
in Stansted at the expense of Ryanair.
I got to stay at an expensive Flybe, right beside the XL, in a nicer hotel than what I stayed in for RTX.
Mine was actually nicer too, and I can tell that it's nicer because the standby light in the bathroom was blue. Now, number one, it had a standby light in the bathroom, and two, they bothered to change the color of it.
The hotel I stayed in for RTX didn't have a bathroom. The shower was in the bedroom. You could
That's an
see,
interesting story.
and this was a family room. This had 3 beds in it,
Wow.
so you
Is
could
it an
see
Ibis
into the
budget?
shower.
But
Yeah,
you-
it was an Ibis
wasn't
budget.
like-
Yeah.
Sure, it wasn't like a special assistance room or something.
Oh, I had a bunk bed.
Did-
I don't think
did the
special
shower-
assistance room can have a bunk bed.
Did the shower have floor access?
I think if a special
Did
assistance
that
room had a
have, like,
bunk bed in it,
doors?
they would get sued or something.
Well, no, because you can be a special assistance parent and have your kids wander about on things they can easily fall down from. I mean, who doesn't like to see a kid fall from a great height?
Peter, go back to
Hello,
the kids
parent
falling
of
over
two
Reddit.
children here.
I did that as a kid. It was great fun. Am I the only one who ran around and jumped off walls as a kid? All of
I
you
did,
young
'cause I was
people
like-
with your sheltered lives.
I was a wrestling fan, so I would like jump off of things, like doing an elbow drop, and then just like completely destroy my elbow.
Yeah, do that off a bunk bed. It's great.
Okay, I did that once. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So just speaking about finding other RT UK fans around you, or just RT fans, had a funny moment last night. So Tudor, me and you were both in a Pokemon Go RT group. Last night I was sharing.
Yeah, I need to unmute that.
Yeah, I've got it muted too. I have every chat muted I'm in. So I shared a photo of a gym I had just taken because a brand new gym had been created near me, and then this guy just replies, "Wait, you're in this town too?" And he's like, "I live in
Oh,
this
wow.
road." He lives in the house up from me. Never knew
And
it.
you're in the same Pokemon Go chat for
Yep.
RTX London.
Yep. So
Fucking
found another Rooster Teeth fan right beside me. Also turns out I knew his girlfriend in primary school who's also a Rooster Teeth fan. So now
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
ask if they can give me a lift to the airport for RTX, because I have to get like 3 buses to the airport with my suitcase.
Speaking of Pokemon Go, Tudor, have you spoken to Brian Riley from RT Games yet?
Yeah,
I
he
find
wants
him.
everything I don't have.
Oh yeah, but have you
Basically.
What does he need?
just set up some Pokemon Go with him, because him and Chelsea Atkinson are one of the few people I know who play it, and who haven't stopped playing it, because everybody went back after whatever last
Yeah.
update or whatever the stuff was.
I feel like
They
just
just
putting my
never
Pokemon Go
stopped.
on the screen.
What's he
You
after?
should.
He's after.
No, because that's gonna give away my location on the map. Hell no.
Okay. So
Oh,
maybe
no.
now's the right time to say it. If anyone has in Pokemon Go the Asian, African, and Pacific regionals, so I imagine that's
Chopicus or
Tropius, Kangaskhan. No, he
A white
didn't say
rhino.
Farfetch'd.
Farfetch'd.
I know Blue Rhino. I can get him.
Yeah.
That's another
so basically
friend
any
from
of
us.
those.
Is
Any
there
of
a
those. If
herd
anyone
of
knows any of
antelope?
those, let me know.
Yeah. I managed to get a Tropius from her sister's boyfriend recently, or sister's fiance. He didn't realize how rare it was, so I was like, "Hey, can I have this? I'll give you a shiny Eevee for it." He's like, "Yeah."
That's
Nice.
He thought he was getting the better end of the deal.
No, you did.
Yeah.
That's sneaky.
Shiny Eevees.
I have a Tauros. I caught my Tauros 5 minutes before I left America. I was happy. We are going off the
you-
rails here.
Yeah. But I started that conversation with, "Oh yeah, I got missed time for days and stuff like that," and I
Yeah.
completely forgot. Brian actually came to our after party last year,
Yeah.
so I know he was playing Pokemon Go in the UK.
And you might have seen it, Tudor, in the group. We don't call him Mr. Man, we call him Mr. Diddles.
Oh, why? He's creepy enough as it is.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he always
I
spawns
mean-
right on top of other Pokemon too. It's weird.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
I don't get that
Or Mr.
reference.
Mime's case, in for a
And
pounding.
also, you're Irish. Why are you not talking about euros?
Because it's
the
an
pound
old
stronger.
goddamn
Because it
common
doesn't sound as
phrase.
good if you say in for a cent, in
You
for a
have
euro.
to be correct. In for a penny, in for a Deutschmark. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Go with that
5
one.
Mark musst du sparen, wenn du ein eigenes Auto haben.
Peter, das Deutsch ist nicht sehr gut, so spreche nicht kleiner.
I mean, I shouldn't be speaking German now because I just went straight to Nazi propaganda.
Oh,
Yeah.
Literally, if anybody speaks German or knows some very good German history and you realized what I said, good for you.
I'm
It's not
glad
as
I
bad
don't.
as you think. Well, no, what I said, it's very benign, and it's like Nazi propaganda, but from the 30s, but the early 30s, before they realized what they were doing.
Now,
So what I said was 5 marks a week you must save if you want to buy your own car. And that
So-
is how Volkswagen advertised the original Beetle.
do you know what I replied to you? I'm waiting.
You said that your German wasn't good.
I
or
said,
my
Peter,
German
I
wasn't
said, Peter, your German's not very good. Please don't speak it. Thanks. Mine's
I
not very good
spent
either.
7 years learning German.
That's one of
I
my
spent
favourite
5
German
years
phrases.
learning German.
Hang
It was
on,
all a waste.
hang on.
Ich habe 5 Jahre in einer Grammatik und ich sehr scheiße.
And then obviously you've got natürlich Hans ist ein Nass. Steht unter einem Wasserfall.
See,
Naturally,
I've
Hans is
got
what
on
he's
a
standing
panel
under a
with
waterfall.
Yeah.
someone from RT Germany, so I'm going to save all my German phrases for that.
Oh, they're having
Hello.
a...
Ich
Should
bin
we-
Chris.
Yes.
Should you do some international diplomacy and plug the RT Germany scavenger hunt, which is on
That's
the
what I was
Friday?
trying to do.
Remember it, Sarah?
Exactly.
I
what
was trying to do
gonna
that.
as well.
See, that's how you do a segue.
I was in the middle of doing a segue and you ruined it.
I segued the
Why do you have
segue.
to ruin everything for my countrymen?
You cannot out segue the segue master.
Did you not say my awesome segue earlier?
So you're the gift master.
Yeah, you're the chef master.
I'm a master of
can only
many
be the
things.
You
master.
can only be
Master.
one thing.
No, he's the giveaway master.
Many things.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
When I'm being asked to do many things, I'm going to claim any mastery that I can. Because I make gifts, I have to make, to say interesting facts, I have to go back into old content and find, this is where you said this thing, now pay this man some money. It's a lot of work being me.
Stop, no.
But what isn't a lot of work and is a lot of fun is the scavenger hunt organised by RT Germany for the Friday of RTX London. That's how you bring it back.
Yep. Well done.
I know nothing about it, so take it away, Chris.
You're Chris, I'm Tudor.
No, take it away, Tudor.
Let me just remind myself. Basically, the Lena from RT Germany has tickets available for the scavenger hunt. I could have to look at what the information is again. It's on about the same sort of time as the boat party, so if you didn't get tickets for that, definitely go for this. It sounds like a lot of fun. I imagine there's prizes at the end, and it's gonna all tail off and go to a bar afterwards where there's going to be alcohol. Oh yes, there are prizes to be had. Doesn't actually say what. Tickets are only £6.83. That's obviously 8 Eventbrite's fees on top of a £5 ticket, basically. Oh, sorry, no, I lied. We're going to go with your currency. It is €6.83.
Best
€6.
currency.
How about that?
That's a good price.
Yeah, I would go for it. So yeah, definitely.
You can get a large Big Mac for that.
Or what, 6 small burgers? That's what I do at McDonald's. I just buy
Hamburger.
small burgers.
See, what I do
Yeah.
is I get a double cheeseburger and then just take out the relish.
We have a straw poll. What's this going to be? Join the Tat Rebellion. Yes, yeah, yes.
Or just don't vote.
Do you guys want to join the Tat Rebellion? Tat is our friend Joe, also a member of 409'd.
You see, not voting is what got the UK into a lot of difficulty in
Peter!
2016.
You promised!
I did.
You promised me.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'm
voted
good
2 to
by
1
my
to
timeline.
remain. You don't have much.
Yeah, we voted Remain. It's all your fault, Stuart.
I voted Remain.
Yes, Stuart.
Fuck you.
Wait, no, you too, Tudor.
Okay.
Forgot.
I voted Remain.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking blame me.
It's but you didn't get enough people to vote
Remain.
Remain. More.
You
More
can't blame
people.
anyone in here because we all voted Remain.
So we've got
And
about
I
For those that
live in
can
the
vote.
EU.
we've got about 15 minutes left. We talked about the app. We talked about your panels. Something I want to talk about, even though there's not much to talk about it though. Are you guys excited for the RT UK office opening in the future?
I'm excited for it, and I think people are very much
Well, the
overreaching about the idea.
Mhm.
It is going to take a long time
Yeah.
because they decided to do an investigation into it in 2018, and their first kind of ideas are going to be about what happens in 2019, and not to get overly Brexity about it.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that's happening in 2019. So if
Funny
they're
enough.
what I'm taking from Eric Cherry's post is spend 90% of the first however long they're working on it fixing the store, because that has to happen. They need to get a store that's up to date. They need to get manufacturers that are in the UK making the current shirts available, and then once they have that done and have some semblance of an operations hub, then they can look into, well, what else are we going to do? Is it going to be a network type of thing? Is it going to be UK-based production type of thing? There's a lot more has to happen before all of the stuff that people are excited about. There's a lot of very, very, very boring administration has to happen first.
I have seen
mean,
Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say what you might see pop up. You know, we met with Eric Cherry back in May at the UK event for MCM, and yeah, he's got some really good ideas for how to grow things. One thing the UK don't have that say Australia had was we don't have a Hanabi, which is obviously the big help for getting Australia's store up and running, and basically we know that the UK supplier they've got is probably not the best. They're slow. They don't respond to customer service very quickly, and so getting new stock in there is maybe not the best thing to be doing right now. I would imagine they're going to change supplier, basically. Whoever they're going with now, it will probably change at some point in 2019.
I know personally.
Maybe sooner.
Personally, I haven't.
That is the priority, but you might also see a few more things come up, RT sponsored. Maybe the talent aren't showing up for, but the community might be more empowered to do things.
Which is just
that
as
was
good.
the sort of thing we talked about back in May. What's going on now? Don't know.
Yeah, like there's a lot of other things that they're going to have interest in before they get to any sort of production, because the reason productions are so good currently is because they spent 12 years trying to find the right place to do their stuff in, and eventually through a lot of different iterations they found the best production facility for
I can't
them.
hear anything.
Let's talk
Who
about it.
broke something?
Like, even if you just look at some of the shirts from even like 5 years ago that were Steve released compared to the ones they're doing now, there's even just a big quality difference in them, because like you can see they're finding better suppliers, finding better producers.
Oh yeah, and even just the rate of production. I think
Yeah.
that was something that John spoke about on the podcast. It used to be the case that if there was a shirt you liked, you could just wait until it was restocked. That doesn't happen anymore because they have a design team of 12, 13 people who are making new stuff every week, and only a handful of that gets considered to be brought into the store, and an even smaller handful of that gets put into production.
Yeah.
And even then, it is a weekly rate of change that they're going through. So to try and move that from Austin to the UK, going through however many suppliers they're going to have to go through, however many different production sites they're going to have to go through, it's going to be difficult.
I know personally I haven't ordered from the RT UK store maybe since 2 months after it launched, because you just ran out of the merch so quick. They were adding something they've got every few months, maybe one item.
From there.
Yeah. And my
That
last
was
order
from the international.
My last order from the American store never showed up. That was great.
What did you order?
It was during the St. Patrick's Day sale, because, just in respect of you, I ordered on St. Patrick's Day. Just
Thank
shirts, posters and all. The funny thing is the posters showed up. The rest didn't show up. So I contacted Rich Steve and they just gave me a refund for the whole order. So I guess I got 2 free posters that were £2 each.
Nice.
Yeah, that would.
I do.
When was this? If you don't mind me asking.
Was
Was it this year or last year?
St. Patrick's Day this year.
Okay, yeah. That'd be some warehousing stuff going on.
Yeah, and then that would have been what? Around May time that would have been delivered, it should have been. And no, guy in
St.
chat, I do
Patrick's Day
not look
was
like
May.
Leafy. I take that as an insult. I do not look like Leafy is here.
I've not heard that name in so long.
That's a good thing, Peter.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
He was an internet bully.
There's so much old internet is just gone,
Yeah.
and I'm so happy.
But I do know I've seen a few people on Reddit, like anytime you were posting things, basically saying like, when the office opens, are you going to go for work there? I've seen at least 2 people
Yeah.
mention that.
Yeah, that's something that is still kind of surreal to me. Kind of going, I just make guess.
Yeah,
Like
you don't need to be on site for that.
My current contact is because marketing are doing a bunch of other stuff, and they know that I can just here's 12 gifts from a show that you didn't have to watch. Go wild. last week they wanted a bunch of reaction gifs. I sent them an old folder that I did for Andrew Watts, rest in peace. He's not dead. He just works somewhere else. That was 160,
Oh,
but that was old stuff. That was up to 2016. The one I sent them last week was another 125. If you follow me on Twitter, which you shouldn't do because I tweet incessantly, you'll see the last week I was kind of going. I think I've made about 3,300 gifs in about 4 years, which is a large rate of production.
and it only took them, what, 3 years, 11 months to give you a job?
Yeah.
Not a bad rate.
But like the better number is how many screenshots I've taken, which I think is almost crossing 500,000. Because I just like the way I have my setup is that I can just spam a button and it takes screenshots as I hit it.
Yeah.
So I just spam that, and yeah, that's about 500,000.
I tried doing this, I tried following your journal on the RT site about how you make GIFs, and I did that for a podcast one night when you weren't doing it. And after about half an hour, I realised I just was barely even watching the content because I was just concentrating so much making the GIFs, so I don't know how you do it.
It's something that I say in the journal. Actually, it's all about repetition. So like down at the bottom, I was talking about how you need to make sure that you have your presets right, and that you don't have to go changing your file destinations, and that you have a rough idea of a naming convention, so that I don't have to think about, is the frame rate right, is the resolution right, where's it going, where do I need to find this, how do I convert it, what am I converting it with. I don't have to think about that. So then I'm always kind of half looking at the monitor that the podcast is still on, making a thing. Now I have to look at the goddamn live chat, which is always a mess.
It is a mess.
That's fun.
I just don't read it anymore. But just for anyone who wants to go ahead and steal Peter's job, there is the link to that journal where he describes exactly how he makes shifts, including his software and everything.
There's already a bunch of people who do it, and there's a lot of people who they've DM'd me kind of going, what to use, how to do this, and I've had really long conversations with people and kind of going, where are you? Why aren't you making things? Go do things. And then you've the Twitter account GifHouse, who the guy behind that, I actually kind of half know him from back when SourceFed was a thing years ago.
Yeah.
Back when he was just making fun stuff there. He does the opposite of me, which is he aims for quality rather than quantity, which is good.
Oh, guess it's a preference thing. You can't just say good.
I mean, yeah, like he has a lot more. He puts a lot more time and effort into them. It's like, and it's always from videos that are out maybe 4 or 5 days. Or if he's just back watching older videos, he'll have an idea, make something, takes him probably like 20 minutes, half an hour, because there's a bunch of that's a small Jeremy face.
Hello, Jay.
There's a bunch of there's a lot of motion tracking, a lot of motion graphics, all that kind of stuff. Whereas I'm literally just kind of going, here's what happened 4 seconds ago. Look, here it is again.
We have a straw poll on how to pronounce GIF.
Look, it's both of them.
Yeah.
I voted for the other one, and I voted for the wrong one. Okay.
As much as Gavin thinks I don't get to say I do, I work with them every goddamn day of my life. It is both of them. You can't just completely ignore that somebody coined a term because you don't like how it's pronounced.
Yeah, that's why I always say the guy who creates it gets to decide.
The guy who created it said GIF, therefore GIF is correct. Over time, and through a lovely thing called linguistic Elysian, and it's mostly linguistic Elysian. It's the reason why it's Leicester Square, not Leicester Square.
Yeah.
Like, it is correct to say Leicester Square, but nobody says Leicester Square, even though that's the correct word. That's how you read it. Over time, it's changed to GIF, and it's what the majority of people use, and it's also correct.
It's mostly due to the fact it's a graphics format, so they just put G on the front.
But like the rationalizations don't matter because neither of them cancel the other one out.
Yeah.
No, they're both
Because
correct.
you can go forever because you'll say GIF, you'll say GIF, you'll say, well, it's graphics. Well, is it scuba diving or scuba diving? Are you
Scott or scone?
are you underwater or underwater?
I like that.
So now that we're coming up to the end of the stream here, we've been going for just under an hour. I just want to give out a thanks to Dr. Cena and Sarah for giving us a follow during the stream. Make sure to hit that follow button to catch our future podcasts. Have to do that. It's a
Hang
plug.
on, wait a second.
Oh,
I've,
is he going to do it?
I've now followed.
And thank you very much to Mr. Peter Hayes for the follow, and don't you dare unfollow. So, since there's only
he's
3
already done it.
minutes, anything last you want to say before I say one more thing?
I mean, I will say the one thing. Thank you for the 1-bit, Gabe.
No, one bit cheer.
Do I get that, or is it like split between?
Unfortunately,
You're
we don't get
not
anything
split
until it hits $100. So
Yeah.
I
So-
still just got that underwater thing.
There
which is
is
brilliant.
1 minute left. I think this is enough time. Peter, this is your chance. You have 1 minute. Feel free to talk about Eurovision.
Eurovision is great because most people don't understand that the word Eurovision isn't about the song contest, it's about the broadcast standards. So it's what you're seeing is in 1080 50i rather than a bunch of people in a country that you've never been to dancing and singing. The production takes 42 days to load in and only 3 days to load out. There's generally 20 cameras. 2 to 3 of them are cranes. The main pedestal cameras are just on the floor, like any TV studio. Bunch of rail cameras as well. It's quite good. The audio desks are bigger than me. They're massive because they have so many channels running through them. I think mostly because they're using Tudor stereo channels. It's about 196. That's about it, really.
I just slowly faded it all out while you were doing that.
Good.
But it's okay, they told me to turn it back on, so it's back on. Even though that was basically us out of the time, it's been an hour.
So
Let's go for 2.
I started it early for you guys, we usually start at this time.
Yeah.
But I started early because I didn't want to inconvenience you guys too much.
On the spot's out of season, I'm fine.
I mean, are we going to be able to
If
find
there's
stuff
any,
to talk about?
if there's anything you want to talk about, feel free. You guys are the star guests.
The only thing I would say is to go back to the app. Just make sure you look at the map of Excel properly.
Oh yeah, can we show people on the stream
Because-
that?
I'm on it.
They have actually made it very clear where you queue for what rooms.
Yeah.
Just waiting
A
for it
lot
to
of
come
people,
on the
complained last year about, oh, I was there on time and I didn't get into something. My first panel was always open. I went there bang on an hour beforehand, and I was in the first third of the queue. If you follow what they tell you, it works. Just do
The other
that.
thing to do, definitely follow and
where do we
set
queue-
text alerts for RTX queues.
Yep.
RTX queues, and they will be
It's in-
providing updates through the app as well.
Yeah, there's,
you'll be getting
where was that? I forgot where it was.
It will be in info and news, I would say. In news. Or not
There,
news.
there was another one somewhere.
No, if you go into Twitter, there's RTX queues in there.
But there was definitely a queues update button somewhere.
There is, it's in there. But yeah, there will be push
Schedules.
notifications.
Under schedules.
Oh,
Yeah, if you had
There we
the
go.
RTX Austin app, it's going to be exactly the same as that. So you will
Yeah.
be told what panel queue line is open, what's it for. They'll be giving you capacity. Depending on how the line capacity goes, they'll be telling you when room loading is starting. That's something that I started last year, and that they did on the Sunday, because they're one of the guardians for I think it's the G Spot is the place where the guardians hang out.
Yeah, the men couldn't find it last year though.
Yeah. It was fine. There was a few people ringing around.
That was good.
One of them was talking to me on Reddit, and Patrick Matthews from the events team. He didn't know me well at that point. So he was going, "Who's this Peter guy? What's he? Are you telling him information?" Because I was tweeting line updates before the line guardians knew the information to tweet from the official account. Mostly because I was just there in the queue, and I could go, this looks about 25% full. Queue for Ladies of RT is 25% full. Queuing in N7. Go right by the girl with the cardboard sign. And
So-
it worked.
Should we wrap up here? Because we've gone for ages.
I just
now,
want to
Chris.
tell a wee story that Tudor actually doesn't know about. I'm pretty sure I've already told everyone else.
Yeah,
so-
that's one.
Tudor, you were there on the Friday before RTX when all the Guardians were getting their shirts and badges, right?
Yes.
Was there
I was a
an-
Guardian, so yeah.
Was there a name check for anything as they were being given out to people? Stuart knows the story.
I think I know this story too.
Yep, you do.
No, I don't think there was at the time.
Anthony, if you're still here, so I flew into London that day, headed over, got a subway, hung out with Anthony for a bit. As we're sitting down, all the Guardians and yourself and the other head guards and all come out and start sitting down in the area we're sitting out. And there's talks and all going on from the leaders, and next thing you know, badges and shirts are being given out. And next thing me and Anthony know, they're walking up to us with badges and shirts for Guardians.
Oh.
And we're just sitting there wondering why we're there. So we had to get up and leave. And go
If
find
it
other
was
people.
me, I would have taken it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that was the problem we had for having lots of Guardians.
Yeah.
The G spot is not, well, at least last year was not very big. So we actually had to do bag stuffing, and we could only fit about 30 people in there, along with everything else. So that took a while just doing that. But anytime we had to have a big talk, like, you know, this is a big safety announcement or whatever, it was in an area where it was either really inconvenient or it was publicly accessible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's because we were just sitting down talking, you know, because it was the Friday, we didn't have anything to do. And then the swarm of people arrived. And that's when I noticed you, I noticed, I think it was Bloomer. And I forget the lady's name, suddenly. She was the other head guardian.
Ellie?
Yes.
Ellie.
When I seen her, I'm like, this is the Guardians. We shouldn't be here. And then they're just handing out badges, and I'm like, I was just running through my head thinking, if I got a badge, I could sneak to this place, I could sneak to this place. And I'm like, I'm going to get kicked out of here if I get this.
You could sneak through all those doors that are very
Yeah.
nicely hidden next to toilets.
There was the
that
time
no-
where I got lost. I was trying to find Custom House. You know, I've never been to London before. Trying to find Custom House. I ended up round the back of the Excel through the loading entrance.
I went there too. on the Saturday, I
Yeah.
went because I got out at Prince Regent, I think. No, the other one, Victoria.
Yeah, 'cause Custom House is
the stop
closed.
before, because that's open this year. That's gonna be brilliant.
I don't know how to use the
But
DLR.
I went, oh, what you do is you get off the Jubilee line or what other line you use to get to there, and you step onto the DLR, and it goes. And that's how you use the DLR.
But where's the driver?
Yeah. What's the driver?
He's in a
He's an
magical
Oompa Loompa in there.
land.
He's just an Oompa Loompa in the sort of. That's why there's a key there, so you don't find out.
Yeah.
You know what it's like, yeah. We just have train. We don't have DLR, Metro, Jubilee. We have
Yeah.
train. And you get on the train, there's a guy's like, where are you going? And you tell him where you're going, he gives you a ticket, and you're done.
I mean, if you're me,
DLR
you
stands
have
for Docklands
car.
Light Radio. Docklands Light Rail and driverless rail.
I want the Docklands Light Radio.
I didn't say radio.
I
didn't
just want
flub.
I just want the DLR to be coming into Canning Town, just blaring music.
Speaking of radio, don't forget the RT Radio will be DJing the after party, if
That's
I'm
a good
right.
segue. That's a very good segue.
Yeah,
Was
that
I
is
right
a
to do?
very good
Yes.
one. Well done. Yes, Joe Jimin has been very kind to set up a very lovely playlist that I've actually been listening to for about 3 weeks. It's awesome.
Oh, you're going to hit it before you even get there then.
I've been listening to it before we get there, but yeah, everyone will hear it for a while.
Yeah.
Expect lots of Lonely Island.
Oh, there has to be I'm on a boat on the boat party, right?
Yes, we've requested it.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
If there's not, then why would you even be on the boat?
I know. What's the point? When are you ever going to be able to play that song and actually be true?
That is the only reason that you're having a boat party.
There was a
Man,
there was a
yeah.
time, the holiday I went on a few years ago. I had to get a speedboat out to the island I was staying on, and I was
Oh,
just
you
singing
had
the
to get a
entire way.
speedboat.
Gabe.
Well, it's a private island. There's no other way to get to it, and I was not
You
renting a
had-
helicopter.
You had to get a speedboat to the private island. Ooh. Aren't we posh?
It was either that or rent a helicopter. What would you pick when you're broke as me?
Rent a helicopter.
When you're broke as me,
Rowboat.
Rent a helicopter.
the speedboat was free. The helicopter was like $1,000.
Sell the speedboat.
Stop my
Excuse me, sir,
speedboat.
The speedboat rent.
Can I borrow this speedboat? Yes, of course.
Helicopter, Jesus Christ. what
Stuart,
is that?
close your damn wardrobe.
No.
People in chat are talking about that.
No.
It is a lovely one,
Yeah, but-
and all of it will be available for the Buy Chris a Helicopter sale. fundraiser on the Wednesday before RTX London held in Excel.
None of that money's going to special
Q-
effect. It's all going towards my helicopter.
Q has opened in N7.
And yeah, the
That is
queue
my
just
only
capped.
joke. That is my only RTX London joke. I say what has opened and what's queuing already in N7.
Yeah,
And it's always N7.
anytime a queue has been mentioned in the RTX London Facebook group, it's just someone replies straight away, line's capped.
Yeah.
That's all you see. And it's a joke that will go on forever.
I will never forget the look of sadness on people's faces when I'm standing in a line, and I was only in one line that was an ad hoc signing. That was I literally, the line formed around me because I didn't notice that Barbara was standing 2 foot to the left. And
Oh.
line. And there was the line was like 4 people behind me at the end, and there's just people coming up to the guard and they're going, "Please don't tell me it's capped," and the guard just nods and they go, and it's like you told them that you murdered their dog.
That exact thing happened to me. I wonder if that was me. Because I walked up and said to the Guardian, please don't tell me it's capped, and they just sighed. Was it the one like right at the entrance to the hall? Just to the
Yeah.
left of it?
Yeah.
Hey Georgia, that was you and me.
Right. Yeah, it's
Well,
like
I do apologize. You should have been like the girl who cut in line behind me, because literally it was the case that the Guardian was looking the other way and she just stood into the line, and I was kind of going, should I say?
That is actually
No.
how me and Georgia met Jeremy. Because it wasn't a Guardian that was telling us not to come in, it was one of the actual security guards for the venue. Was saying, no, you're not allowed to come in here, and then as soon as he started talking to the Guardian, we just sneaked past him down to the line. Jeremy didn't mind, because we just walked right up to him and he was fine. Jeremy's
I mean,
awesome.
he didn't know.
I-
He stood there for like 4 hours.
I know, I felt bad for
probably
him.
hilarious by that
And then
point.
he got stuck at the RT Box booth, didn't he?
Yeah.
During
Well,
the
no,
podcast?
he planned to do that there.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, yeah. The great thing about running the store right by where the entrance to the green room was everyone tried going past our stock room to follow staff. Like, no, you can't go down here.
I did accidentally cut in line for the store at one point on the Saturday. Because I was sitting on my phone, I was
it's very
trying
easy to
to, I
do,
was
to be fair.
contacting the other loaners to meet up where we are, I had my headphones on, listening to the podcast. And then a Guardian comes up and says, oh, can you move forward, please? I'm like, oh, okay, I step forward. And then I realised he was telling a group of people to step forward. I didn't realise I'd been standing just away from the line, but he got me to move closer to the line. And I was like, I'm already here. I was planning on going to the store later. And then half an hour later, Chris Tudor ignored me when I tried to talk to him.
See, I just completely ignored the story.
No, I was already been standing there for a while. And I tried talking to you when I was like a row back still as you were walking down.
You should have turned to your left and had a chat to Edward Stockwell, who was there the whole day.
Who?
Edward Stockwell, who used to run RT social media. He was the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
who made the gif about the the fidget spinner during Hurricane Hour.
Yeah, here, Tudor, who was that guy who was like sitting in the corner of the store and he was like so energetic about advertising everything he's for selling?
Oh, Teddy.
Yeah, he had like plushes and all going like, you could get Ruby, you could get Weiss.
Yeah.
He was so
he's-
energetic.
He's a legend.
He's an Austin Guardian, so he's been doing the stores for quite a while, and I think he's on the store again this year.
Awesome. I think I know where he'll be.
Yeah.
Is it in the store?
No, he's been banned.
I spent £170 the first time I went to the store on Saturday.
Oh, you shouldn't
I-
ask Dan how
I-
much he spent.
I would have bought more, but the achievement hunter blanket sold out. It sold out like instantly. I got a onesie.
We sold out a lot of stuff.
All we have to do
Yeah.
is ask, Lazarou Dave, how much did you spend at the RT store? No, I'm just going to wait for him to answer. No, you need to answer. These guys don't know.
I only have like 3 pieces of Rooster merch, 2 of which I bought on sale and 1 of which was given to me when I was over in London. That's it.
That's because they don't accept your money, isn't it?
Yeah.
They won't-
it's
they won't
because
accept
just
my
didn't
money.
bother to buy anything. They'll accept yours all
No,
the time.
they-
I just go,
they
I read
don't.
it through PayPal.
They don't expect my money when I try to pay them cash.
Nice.
The guy in the Fox, I tried to hand him a £10 Danske Bank note, and he looked at it and he's like, is this from Denmark? I'm trying to explain to him that it's pounds, but he thought it was from Denmark because it said Danske
Yeah,
on it.
Danish pounds.
Yeah, Dan,
He
I have
wouldn't
no
accept
idea
it.
how much you spent. So, you showed me that you had literally a box of stuff, but you never said how much you spent on it.
I had barely any room to get all mine back. I had to wear 2 shirts and a hat to get back, even though I don't wear hats.
I mean, to be fair, I've just saved up enough that's going to do me for the amount of food I'm going to eat.
I nearly had to wear the onesie on the plane.
He spent 430 quid.
430. God.
He spent nearly half a grand.
Why?
So now, Chris, do you want to take that photo from his Twitter and show that?
Can someone
He's just
send me that on
he's
Facebook?
pasted it into the chat. He's just posted it into the Twitch chat.
So I'm going to take a photo of him, send it to the store lead this year, and say, look for this guy and make sure you sell things.
Let him in first before anything sells out.
That's a good point.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna. I've got it here. I'm gonna put him in a second. Just keep on talking. Vamp for me.
I mean, we vamp it anyway because I mean, well, Peter Hayes. Let's get him to vamp.
He's great at that.
Do you know what? I'm pretty okay at talking for hours on end, but it's generally about stuff that doesn't really matter. Let's circle back to merchandise. The only bit of merch that I'd actually, if my house was going on fire, the only thing I'd take would be the flag that I was given by Chelsea Atkinson last year, because Michael Lindblad from Broadcast rushed around stage 5 and literally just got whoever he found to start signing it, which was quite nice of them to do.
By the way, the image is on the stream for anyone who wants to have a look.
It's just too much merch.
I'm just gonna make it even.
That's too much.
Now
There's
imagine
no such
getting
thing.
that home.
Yeah.
Look at it.
If you need a box, that's too much.
Imagine me trying to get that on the plane. The hurricane would have flipped and blown it away.
Yeah.
See if there's not a hurricane this year, I will not be a happy chappy.
There shouldn't. Well, like it isn't hurricane season, so we should be fine.
Well, the thing is, there was an elderly couple on the same flight as me trying to get home to Belfast that day, and they said, so they were there visiting their son. They go every year at the same time. Last year, their flight was also cancelled due to heavy winds at the same date.
Just make sure that those old people aren't on your flight.
When we were put on the same flight the next day, and I said to them as we were leaving, I hope I don't see you again under the same circumstances.
Oh God.
I realised that probably came out as rude.
You know.
Well, no, it's less rude. It just sounds sinister in a Northern Ireland accent.
Something I was thinking about earlier, right? For you, Peter, and for the English guys, is cheers a word for thank you in your countries?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I said that I said to Tudor earlier, I was like, is that a Northern Irish thing, or does he just think I'm toasting him for a drink?
Before I say tar, I start
Why
saying
not
tar.
both?
I
I
know,
just
but
start saying tar. So
there'll be a lot of drinks going about during RTX.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I plan to not get blackout because I have 2 meets to run, plus go to other things. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Let's
I'm
get
on
black out on
cosplay.
this Sunday.
And if anyone there is going on their own, don't forget to join us in the Fox for the Loners RTX meetup on Friday night.
or at any time that there's nothing going on, because most likely that's where everyone's going to be.
Yeah.
Or a Custom House pub on Saturday night for RTU
Very true.
meetup.
I went to the custom house. I found it too small and cramped and loud.
Yeah.
The outside area is a lot nicer.
Yeah.
It should still be enough.
Just-
Do I still
During the cha-cha slide, there was someone who ended up on top of me.
I think I still have
What a
the video
specific
of the
complaint to
Macarena.
have.
Oh, it's because I know who it was on top of me, and they don't like me.
Oh.
Oh,
So I'm glad I was behind them and they didn't see.
So it was less of a, ooh, they ended up on top of me, or I put myself under them.
Nope, it was doing the
Yes, it was.
how low can you go, all the way to the floor. And there was not a lot of room, but that was fun night. And of course the
Right,
DJ
so,
started playing like Ruby and all.
Oh, I actually tweeted it to RTUK.
I probably blocked it then.
But because we're
Wow.
speaking of drinks, anyone who wants some whiskey, get our own resident whiskey expert, Anthony.
Obviously don't. Actually, Chris, I've just realised what I've done.
What have you done? What have you
Just
broke?
posted it to you in Discord, so don't click on it.
I can't.
There
And
was
don't send me
other
anything on
cameras
Facebook either, because you're just making beeps on Facebook.
Beep.
Alright, what is it?
Beep,
It's a
That's the
link
Macarena.
to your tweet.
beep,
Oh crap, it's gonna play and go through the stream. Close.
beep. Beep.
Beep, is that Joe's phone beeping? That's a
Beep.
joke that none of you are gonna get. Okay, we've broken Peter.
What now?
What?
I heard my name.
Now you're hearing things.
Good.
Yeah, we are kind of just losing topics to talk about. Tudor, you're the RTUK daddy. What do you want to talk about, bro?
But I'm not the RTK daddy because Topher and Nay will take offense to that.
Okay, how about Master?
Yeah, fine.
Estranged uncle.
Oh, you don't want to know.
I think I took the title of Lord Commander at one point, and that's fine with me. It
Um,
goes quite well.
Are you
with
sure you want to be the Lord Commander when I'm about? You've seen what happens to our Lord Commander, right?
Again,
No.
sinister.
No.
You don't want to call yourself Lord Commander when you're around a guy who's on the Night's Watch.
No, you don't.
No, you don't, mate.
God.
You don't even want to do that.
He'll get
Yeah.
ye.
For the watch,
He'll get
mate.
ye and you won't be looking. Aye.
Oh, someone just shouted Moonball.
You get
but I don't
kneecapped
have
for
a
the
Moonball.
watch?
What's the closest?
Moonball.
Someone just literally shouted Moonball in the chat. I have no idea what I can throw.
Move up.
That-
What about a
don't
throwing
know
knife?
If the AH Moonball will be on sale at RTX.
That'll be interesting.
It might. Please do not throw any
Yes,
moonballs or
please.
any projectiles at RTX London, please.
I have been dreading this. I really think that they're going to do it. Please do not do it. You will get
If
kicked out.
people, yeah, I will drag you out of there myself.
There was literally about 30 minutes after picking up badges, a bunch of us went to the Fox, and I went over and started yelling at this guy for chucking sweets about.
God, the probe
It
is
gives a
out.
bad name to every single one of the fans attending
Yeah.
when you screw up.
I mean, I thought the fans were giving a bad impression to the people from the hairdressing convention that was also going on in Excel.
Oh.
They were worse than we were.
There was
because-
there was literally a case of physical assault
Bad
with
out.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were not nice to the staff at the Excel, and we were all lovely.
Lady, are you talking about possible Let's Play London, or are you talking about the Let's Party event? He's asking, do we have any thoughts on Let's Play London?
I think
The
it is
Let's Party London,
Let's Party London, yeah.
it's going to be, I'd say, a nice kind of. If I was to specifically reference something, it would be the 45 to 50-minute stream that we got from Let's Play Live in Austin pre-RTX, except not in a convention setting, not a massive stage, and in a similar style to Spring Break and Reunion, but very anglicised and kind of, it's London, yay.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
yeah,
very
I
important to
was-
note that people do not show up and try and get into the event. It is a crew-only event.
yeah,
It is
Yeah,
not for
I would
fans to
like think
attend.
They don't share the location.
Yeah, well, see, I wouldn't be surprised if it was from the Excel because they'll have a lot of things set up, or they will be setting it up. But I have seen some people on
But
Facebook
if-
saying they're hoping to go see it. And I'm trying to tell them,
mean,
no, you
yeah,
cannot
if
do
it-
that. And they're like,
if
no,
it's
I'm
in
not
the-
going to try and go in. I just want to go see it.
if it's in the Excel, because they've all the stuff set up, it's going to be a very, very large empty area. Because, like, if it's going to be Excel, it's going to be on the centre stage because they're partnered with HP Omen again. Well, Omen by HP.
No.
It's not in the Excel. I know that much.
Oh, there we go. Well, we don't have to worry about that now,
Yeah,
thankfully.
I
Where is
wouldn't
it? Tell
go
us.
for
Tell us. Can you give us a Google
No.
Map directions?
And
I'm only
you
joking.
You
I'm only
started
joking.
off this by saying that
I'm
you
kidding.
knew
It's a
nothing.
joke, man. Flip, just give me an Apple Maps direction. I'll never end up there. I'll end up
You
with where
have
RTX
arrived in
Austin.
Scunthorpe.
Here's the funny thing: they're actually going to be doing it from Austin and pretend they're in London. How about that?
Is it going to be like the, what was it, 350
I-
podcast?
I know that isn't true because I know when they're getting in.
Yeah, Peter's meeting in the
Tried.
airport. He's going to carry all their
Tried.
bags.
I might actually be going to meet some people, some friends from the airport. I'm not sure yet.
Well, you going to go see Michael? As in, podcast Michael?
Well, maybe him in Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few other people I know coming in. That I very much want to say hi to.
Yeah. That's a good thing about RTX, just seeing people you barely get to see. Like, Peter will get to see his
Yeah.
American friends, I'll get to see all my mainland Britain friends. We've got people from Germany, Australia, Netherlands coming in. Like, I don't know why you're wasting your money to come to the UK, but
Wow.
I mean,
Still
because they
really
won't
cheap
put
at
it.
the
They
moment.
won't put it on in my garden, so I kind of have to go.
yeah.
And on that note,
I thought they were going to do it in your bedroom, though.
kidding.
My bedroom's too small.
I'm sure.
You can see literally the entirety of my bedroom here.
My
Yeah, same
garden
here.
backs onto a farm that's about 300 acres, so I can just put everybody into there.
Well, that's still bigger than the first RTX then.
Yeah, it's huge.
So, that's a good question. We have Lydie asking, what panel is everyone excited for? I am excited for the RTUK community panel.
I'm not. One thing I'm genuinely excited for is on the spot live because that is going to be an
Da, 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 da.
absolute carrot.
Garbage
I,
fire.
I love the title of that, On the Spit Spot.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
As well as
It's-
obviously the UK panel, the community panels, I really want to get into off topic because there's so many achievement hunters going. It's going to be
Yeah, I was
I'm
going through
just
that.
so
Literally,
glad it's-
everyone's going.
I'm just so glad
Yeah.
it's not on the center stage like last year. That
Yeah.
was the only thing that I wanted them to change. Like all the other complaints that people had about London, I didn't really find, but I understood why people had them because people didn't pay attention. That was the only thing that needed to change, but I understand
Yeah.
why it was the case last year because it's a first time event. They kind of have to hedge their bets and go, we'll just put two big things here. And it worked, essentially, even though most people were standing. It
Yeah.
was nice.
The problem was
Yeah,
there was a lot of people with like medical badges who ended up having to stand or just not able to watch it at all because there was people with like weekend or day tickets going up to the very front rows and taking the seats, and when the Guardians were telling them to move, they weren't moving. And
Yeah.
there's not really much the Guardians can do, is there? Because they're not allowed to physically touch them.
No,
The team
absolutely.
leads are very busy, so they might not be able to come out and help. There was a time, there was this lady. She was in a crutch, had conditions for legs. She couldn't stand up for more than 20 minutes at a time, and this person with a weekend badge refused to give up their medical seat because they said that he was friends with Jeremy and he wants to see him, which is.
It's not cool.
And it wasn't like he was in the friends and family seat. He was a few rows back,
Yeah.
but in a medical seat and refused to get up while this person was standing there in pain. And thankfully,
but-
someone else gave up her seat for her, and I don't know who that is, but thank you very much to that person, even though they're not watching.
It
deserve a
was me,
medal.
It wasn't me.
No,
It wasn't me.
you.
I stood for every
He
single
didn't have a
goddamn
terrible
thing.
accent.
I have a perfectly fine accent. I'll tell you now.
Alright, mate, shut your fucking mouth.
And on the note of Peter Hayes' perfectly normal accent,
And what, on what note?
we are. Yeah, I think we're sort of running out of topics at this point.
Okay, have a good night, sure, we can keep talking.
Yeah.
Nah, kidding. Anyway, moving on.
So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, this is the time. If there's anything you want to like, remind the community, Chris, any safety things, or, no moonballs, no murder, no diddling.
Well, yeah, that should always be said. Yeah, remember, cosplay is not consent.
Yeah.
Ever. We have a cosplay contest going, and no, don't touch.
Do not touch people, do not take photos of people without their consent. That is creepy. It's just weird.
If you want a photo, ask.
And if they
Every single
decline,
time.
don't take one
If
anyway.
they decline, yeah.
Do not
walk away.
assume it's okay to put your arm around them or to put your hand on their back or anything. If you want to do that, ask. If they say no, follow that. It is not okay.
Absolutely.
I have seen too many
Absolutely.
times where people are so uncomfortable with flags. People assume it's okay to touch them.
I mean,
This is wrong.
all you have to do is look at the Ariana Grande situation from
Yeah.
last week, and you go, it's very easy for you to get it wrong.
And
Because
it's
all you have to do is think that you're being, oh, it's happy and nice and
Yeah.
and you have no idea that the person next to you is smiling because they don't want to get hurt.
yeah, and it's the same with the
exactly.
RT staff. Well, if you're getting photos in the RT staff, like your autograph sessions, that's great. But again, don't start touching
Overhand.
them. Don't start doing
Overhand.
weird things. Get permission. I know with my Gavin and Jeff signing, I was like this with my hands just hovering behind them because I didn't know what to do with my hands. I felt so awkward.
If
It's not
you
one of
don't,
also just.
if
Sorry,
you
Grant,
don't
please.
know and you didn't ask, hover hand.
Yeah.
It
Then
looks
there's-
running
like,
up and hugging someone.
But then
immediately
it
is
looks
the
like you
worst
hugged
idea.
them. Oh god, yeah, no, don't run.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't. If you're in the Excel, don't run. Just in general,
No.
there is nothing that you need to get to that running requires.
And I will also make the point, and this is a point that I've been made since I was 12. If you're running, especially inside a very crowded place where there's high security, you're going to look suspicious. And it's literally a point as well. It's not a case of the main one is you can get hurt, but the side one is you can actually look suspicious,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you might
And
get
they will
spotted,
follow you.
and they will follow you. You will start getting followed by security. No, it's happened to me, so I
Oh.
know. And I've also driven into the wrong place in the NEC. That was interesting. I got red listed.
But
'cause
just
I
talk,
drove into the wrong place.
talking about the touching of the RT staff there, I want to talk about two very different situations with the exact same staff member. There's one day I was walking through the Excel, I seen Barbara was on her way to a panel. She was doing some signings, but then her PA said, you need to hurry up, the panel's starting in 5 minutes. And so she had to say sorry to everyone and walked on. Someone literally grabbed her arm
Yeah.
to try and get her to take a photo in a signing. 100% not okay. But then in the party, I was walking past Barbara, there was a huge line of people to see her, all die-hard Ruby fans. I like Barbara. I'm not a huge Ruby fan, so I just wanted to say hi and say, thanks for the content. Said hi to her, said didn't want to take much of her time, and as I went to leave, she actually asked me for a hug. Now, that's the same staff member, but very two different situations on them being touched. Them agreeing to it and consenting to it and offering it, and then just out of the blue, them not okay with it. It's very important that people remember that.
Yeah, it's called common courtesy at the end of the day.
And you got to remember that they see everyone as people as well. So in that example, Barbara even asked you, and most people would assume that she's staff, she'll just do it. But no, she knows the rules. Just everyone should do it.
And it's also the fact that they trust you, they're going to do that.
But it's also
do that if they trust someone.
It's also a thing of we watch these people maybe every day of our lives. We think we know them. We see them all the time on our computers, on our phones. We think we know them. These people do not know us. They're meeting thousands of people, random strangers. They have no reason to trust everyone. It's great that they're able to do this for us, but again, don't make them uncomfortable. There's going to be thousands of people they're meeting this day. For all we know, there could be some members of staff that actually have social anxiety, and they're struggling to get through it, but they're doing it for us. Do not make it worse for them.
I can tell you that they absolutely do, and that a lot of the people that you meet, it's taken them, like, it might even just be a minute, it might be 5 minutes, it's just taking them a little bit of time to go, right, show mode, mask on, go. Now, it's a mask of themselves, but it is a case of, you just need to switch your brain on to, this is, like, in the case of Barbara, I'm Barbara Duncan from Rooster Teeth.
I am an online personality. I am a celebrity. I am Yaya. Not I am the Barbara from Canada. But
and it's a point of just, as I said, it's common courtesy. It's doing what you do if you met someone who you didn't know. Assume you don't know them. Easy way to work around it. Assume you have no idea who they are, and you don't know them. At the end of the day, as Chris said, it's like we think we know them. You don't know them. You know what they're like on the internet. You don't know what they're like in real life. You've never met them, probably. And assume you've never met them in the first place and they've never met you.
The best way I can describe all this is just treat everyone with as much respect as you can. Yeah. We're all fans. We're all there because of one reason. We're all there for Rooster Teeth. Don't make any enemies. Don't make anyone uncomfortable. Have a good time, but be sensible. Be an adult. Yeah. Even if you're not an adult, act like an adult.
Yeah, the amount of people who don't is a bit,
Just like those guys that were throwing sweets. You disrespect to the owners of the bar, disrespect to the people you're with, disrespect to Rooster Teeth as a whole for giving them that look.
Yeah. And if you see something that you think isn't above board or is a little bit off, just say it to somebody. Even if you don't know the person involved, you can give them a description of who it happened to or who did it, or if you think this didn't look great or there's something going on over here that doesn't look right, say it. Yeah,
some people may be touched in a way that they want to, but they may be too scared to report it. If you do report it, you could be stopping that from happening again, and you can be making that person who was affected feel so much better. Make it the best convention you can.
Yeah,
it's not only Rooster Teeth who do that.
The convention only works because of the fans.
Yeah.
The convention only works because we're there. If we weren't there, wouldn't work.
Please, let's not fuck it up.
Yeah, because then they may not come back again.
You saw what happened in Australia.
Yeah.
Don't want it to happen over here.
Rule 1. Don't be a dick. Come on, guys. Waffalo.
Nice.
We are friends. Friends love each other.
Each other with respect to their personal boundaries.
Yeah.
So Waffalo warp.
Waffalo warp.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously,
but it works now.
Have a good time. Go hang out with your friends. Go meet new friends. Just don't be a dick.
And if you don't have tickets, they are still available from rtxlondon.com.
And there's
That's an even better segue.
And if the tickets you do not need, if you want a week, say a Saturday ticket, and there's no Saturday tickets available, there is community members looking to sell their tickets on. Check the RT UK London Facebook page. You'll find it right there.
Oh, and don't jump in the Thames. Good point, Catherine.
Do we need to say that?
Yeah, because you're right next to the Thames. People get drunk.
What if somebody else jumped into the Thames and you are a trained lifeguard?
Well,
then if you're
a trained lifeguard. Wait, no. If you're a trained lifeguard, you're trained for pools.
I could be a beach lifeguard.
Yeah.
The Thames is salt water mostly.
He's right.
Down at that point, it's just all kind of mixed up. It's salt water,
mixed
feces,
with crap
and urine.
Yeah. 98% of the Thames is pretty much feces.
Joe, I'm not going to jump into the Thames.
So I just want to put something on the stream here that I just seen it in the London Facebook group as I was looking into it. Apparently, some of the queues are at capacity.
They're already at capacity.
If you look in the stream,
Oh, the event
I think
null
that's
at
testament.
null.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're hoping to see null at the null time, you better hurry up because it's 45%
I
capacity.
know when null is coming into London next week.
Everyone, but he's getting to London now.
I think
This is
I
it
might
now.
be on a plane with null. Not sure.
No, they're coming in from null.
Oh yeah, they're on null flight. No.
Yeah.
Let's
they're on
stop.
null.
We're killing Tudor.
Let's stop.
please.
Can't wait to go to Null's autograph signing.
We must see null.
But yeah, for all your RTX information, the link is in the chat to the group. Graham Knight will probably end up answering every single one of your questions. We'll copy paste.
He's a good egg.
And Graham, on the small chance you're listening, hope you get better soon, mate. He's currently sick at the minute.
Rest in peace.
Oh, and 25 bits from Latiagami.
Thanks again, lady.
Nice.
A lot
That's
of noise
too
this
much.
one made then.
That was me.
Too much?
That's
Did
incredible noise.
Did you see what Dan and Catherine and Stuart and all give to your good friend Dustus?
I
He was
did,
there.
and we're still not over it.
They give him
That
hundreds of pounds.
That was it was a ridiculous night, and it Dustus has been there's a trio there. It's Dustus, Michael, and their friend Kyle, and they were all kind of moving around streaming and kind of saying, "Oh, we'll stream this, we'll stream that," and then Dustus just kind of went off and started on his own, just streaming straight from his Xbox.
Yeah.
And it was pretty crap, and he's just kept going, and he's made a small community that a few of you now joined.
Yep, like Gabe here. Gabe's always like the first person to every stream, and she's proud of it.
Because Navi gives the notification in the Discord. He's just kept going, and it's something that he just really enjoys doing.
Yeah, and you can tell he enjoys it because you can really
Yeah, you
tell that
actually
when you're
tell.
watching someone.
Yeah.
Like you can tell Tudor is hating life right now.
He is disgusted with his life choices.
Checking myself on the app.
Yeah, he's looking at himself. Yeah.
Oh, your picture's there.
It is, yeah. I got
Yeah.
it up.
Did you?
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah. I didn't see
Larry?
that. Yes, sorry. Yeah, it was Larry.
So yeah, the Dustless incident was just absolutely brilliant.
It made his month. It's made most of his year. No, what made his year was when. Oh no, that was last year. I'll talk about that at a different time. That was a different event that we
Wait a minute.
made happen for charity.
Sorry, can I
Peter's
just
getting lost.
Chris?
Yes, I'm Chris.
Yes.
Right.
No,
Now-
not you.
Right, both of you. Chris, look at the stream.
I'm looking at the
Now
stream.
look-
We have 22
Now
viewers.
look at our boom arms.
Oh wow, that's pretty impressive.
Perfectly aligned.
That is fantastic.
That's actually pretty impressive.
I just realised we've been here for the whole like hour and a half,
Yeah.
and
So
realised.
just because Peter's a good friend of Dustus and we all enjoy him, and again we found him through the RT community. Just give a wee link to his stream here. He's not currently, but here's a wee link. He streams a lot of
He might be
Destiny,
back-
Rocket League, Witcher.
Yeah.
He's
He's been
definitely
streaming the
been
Forsaken all day.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
see him that.
I have got someone we would like to raid. And that is Nightmare Boogie, because he's currently doing cross stitch, which is a slightly interesting
that's
one, but he's doing Ruby
Yeah.
themed cross stitch.
Oh, nice.
That's
Um,
nice.
So that's an interesting one to send people to. You good with that, Chris?
So,
Oh, we'll have a look in a second. Just trying to see who else is on the thing. Oh, but yeah, we've went for an hour and like 35 minutes. I'm proud of you guys talking for this long.
Yeah, we've actually
And
spoken
Peter
a
only
long
spent
time.
2 minutes on Eurovision and 20 minutes on politics.
it was less than 2 minutes because I cut it short.
I actually did fade you out as you're talking about it.
Good, good. I was moving backwards and like. But yeah, no, this has
Yeah.
been a lot of fun. It took me a while to finally find the time, and it's mostly because I had this podcast that I knew I need to go do it. I said I'd do it. Needs to happen. Somebody DM me on Reddit for a different podcast and kind of going, I can't have 2 podcasts waiting on me. I have to get one out of the way.
I do just love that they've been trying to get you and they've been asking Tudor as well for months now, and it's like, hey, do you want to do it tonight? Do you want to do it tonight? Yep, good. I did
was
kind of
also
like, I did name drop you to each other to try and get it. Like when I asked Peter, I said, oh yeah, Tudor might be doing that. When I asked Tudor, it's like, yeah, Peter Hayes might be doing it.
Oh yeah, because I was absolutely going to do it, and then you said Tudor, and I went, I might be busy.
Wow.
I know, 'cause
Thank you.
it's been great. It's been great having time to actually talk to Tudor because
Yeah.
we're going to be on a goddamn. I haven't swore all this stream, which is a record.
You haven't fucking swear yet.
No, I
What
didn't.
the fuck is wrong with you?
I tend not to when I'm on a stream, and I don't know why because I'll swear to every single goddamn person.
You nearly did
But-
again.
It's it is important to actually talk to Tudor because we are going to be on a panel next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Right,
We
so you've
both
got
don't know what we're going talking about.
so you've got a week to call Lizzie, Riot, guy from Big Bite. I forgot his name.
Sean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was like
Yeah.
in one of his magazines years ago, or like a year or two
Okay,
ago.
so actually, Game Attack's live by the way, so we'll probably raid them.
Oh, nice.
Let's just talk about streamers. Maybe I was going to say the streamers in chat. Like we've got Limited Night with Staub and Gabe and all their awesome streamers. We've got one of
Someone
Peter's friends. I'm pretty sure they stream every now and again here. Especially give everyone a follow because we're all great people. We're all great,
Who-
funny
Wait,
creators.
which friend of mine do you think streams?
I don't want to pronounce the name because I don't know how.
Fruit Bat?
Is that? Yeah, she streamed before, right?
How can you not pronounce
No.
fruit bat?
Oh, it's the other one. It's Articulate the
Never
Streams.
streamed
It's
in her
Articulate the
life.
Streams. It's late.
I'd
Should
love
we-
to get her into streaming, but
It's
God,
late.
Chris, do you want to?
it took me a year and a half to get her to move away from a MacBook to a laptop.
Yeah, Chris, it's getting like late for you to be. fair.
That's the proudest moment of my relationship with my girlfriend, getting her to go from iPhone to Android. And then she worked for Samsung, so I credit that job to me.
I will say one thing. So this is what Mr. Chris over there has said.
Have I?
This is previous. Is a plan for the podcast next Wednesday. Now, considering that I probably won't be there because we're going to be prepping for London, and we'll be down in London on the Thursday, and Chris is getting ready for flights, which obviously he needs to prep for.
I'm packed.
We will most likely be going back to our old schedule for that one day and move it to the Thursday. That will most likely,
Be live from
The-
RTX London at the Excel.
and it will probably be actually done on proper cameras.
Yeah, I've got a Limix G7 and Mr. Case ready to go. Just need to
And
find a
I've also
camera.
got a
Not
G7.
this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, not.
I was
these.
gonna say Bulletproof and pre-recorded on the Monday.
We've already
And
done
just set
two
it-
recorded ones.
Just set it to output on the Wednesday and then have one on the Thursday as well. Extra content.
Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, we've got one on the Thursday,
could.
but we've also got one on the Sunday because the Sunday is after RTX, and we want to do a post RTX podcast.
Oh, I'll have had many alcohols by then.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
How many alcohols?
3.
350.
3.
Now, Dr. Cena makes a
Hey,
very good
there
point.
we go.
Dr.
One
Cena makes
person
a very
got
good
it.
point.
I saw where you were going.
Dr. Cena makes a very good point in the chat. Party boat ticket.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You guys need to.
Alright,
do that
Peter,
straight
what's your
away.
decision?
Give it to somebody in the chat.
Cool. I'm gonna go to stream.
You can't give it from me. I'm staff. I'm not staff.
Well, you work for us, technically you are.
I'm a contractor.
Let's give it to
Peter.
Tudor. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Give it to the man who's running the event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Right, give me a
he'll,
second.
he'll need a ticket to get in.
Well, you're all going
I
to get
will.
randomly picked.
I
Right,
actually
let's
do.
let's have a look at the list of users in chat that we can see.
Will it be 8 Rose? Will it be Dr. Cena? Will it be Mr. Random 96? Will it be Sarah XB? Will it be Fritbat, who's not even going? Or is she? I don't know. Will it
wanted
be?
it to be
Please stop.
Commander Root because I'm pretty sure that's a
It
bot.
is a bot. It's a bot.
Wait
Yeah.
a second, I've only just realised that Peter is a moderator in our stream chat.
Why?
I found that out earlier and I don't know why.
Delete. Delete. Delete.
No,
Why is he
I
a
want to.
moderator?
I don't know. I don't trust this guy. He's gonna put a white van in our chat.
I'm the only person you can trust. It
True.
again. I reference him all the time. Mike Linden from Broadcast. Apart from one other person, I'm the only active moderator for his Twitch channel, and he did it while drunk.
You're also a moderator for the actual Rooster Teeth streams, aren't you?
I'm a chat admin on the
Yeah.
site, which gives me diddly squat powers because don't tell anybody they're not really working.
Keep vamping whilst I
The,
set
the
up
block
mobile.
doesn't work either, unfortunately. Well, it just resets all the
No,
time.
yeah, it's the problem isn't really with Rooster Teeth, it's with PubNub, which is the third party service they use to run the chat, and that is it's having they're supposed to have very good scaling and very good backend by themselves, and it just doesn't happen because every week people kind of go, "Oh, good, the chat finally works," and kind of going, "Yeah, it takes maybe 3 or 4 refreshes to get in."
Right, so
Again,
we've got a raffle.
that's because of problem. Ooh, a raffle! I love a raffle.
So the raffle will be for that ticket.
I
If
wanna
you
win.
if you wish to enter the raffle, then you should enter the chat with !raffle, or one word. That will put you into the running to win said ticket, and we will need to get in
I
contact with you.
entered first.
I meant, so you said waffle.
Yeah,
Which
Jonathan
waffle?
Ross has entered the competition.
That's close.
So if you want
Ooh,
to
what a
be in with a
reference.
chance of winning a boat party ticket, it's a RTUK boat party ticket. What day, Chris?
It's on the Friday, and you have to be there. And I do miss. You have to by 45, or else you will miss the boat.
Correct.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Just don't do a Jack from Titanic. And just about get on. Not the whole dying part, I mean getting on the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, well, no,
There was room
it's
on that
very.
door for him.
Not only was the room on the door, she pushed him into the water.
Is there going to be a car scene? You know, a drawing car scene on the boat?
Wait a second, is that actually...
I mean,
right?
Chris, if you're going to be there, people can't resist.
I do have an art degree, so I could do the drawing.
Any staff going to be there? We cannot say, nor do we know. But
Draw
Yeah.
me like
shoot 'em
one of
right.
your Belfast guys.
All I will say on that is there has been an open invitation to multiple staff. I've let a few of them know directly, including Bethany, but they might just be far too busy. I think they have their own thing
we-
going
No
on.
guarantee.
We do
basically.
have floaties
Yeah.
ready for if it goes over capacity. We'll just tie you on behind.
Anyway, so... Right, so we have some entries. I don't know how many people. Let's say we'll give them another
3 minutes.
3 minutes to enter.
We
the
may as well
raffle
hit
if
the
you
2 hours to end this.
What we should do is we should use our collective Twitter powers and get more people and say, look, you can win a thing.
Let's do it, everyone tweet right now.
I mean, to be fair, Judah, if you want to put that somewhere so that people can try and win it and give them an extra opportunity, you're more than welcome to, because it's
Can
your
I,
ticket.
Tudor, can I put it on the London page?
Well, I mean, Judah could.
Yes.
Right.
No, you can do it because I can't get on Facebook right now.
Twitter?
I'm going to put it on Twitter. How about that?
Okay, cool. So we're going to give people as many chances. I mean, Dan, you've already got a ticket, so you could, but that's up to you if you want to do that. It's up to your morals,
I'm
basically.
tagging you in it so people know that I got permission.
Now, I really hope that this is actually putting people into the raffle, because I've never used Moobot, and it says it's putting people into the raffle. Oh, you have one for the Sunday party, not the boat. Well, if you don't have one for the boat, then enter.
Enter, boy, enter. You gotta be in it to win it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't
And
be
there's
into
no
it,
risk it, but you still get a biscuit. You don't have to risk
Exactly.
it. Alright,
And
there,
it doesn't
done
matter
that.
whether you work for Rooster Teeth or you work for 409'd, you
I
work for
didn't
other streaming
spell
channels, it
anything
doesn't
wrong
matter.
this time, thank goodness.
So we're just give
This-
you...
This is in response to Stored.
By the way, I deleted that, posted it again, realised I made the exact same spelling mistake.
Hey, people
Had to
want to
do
be
it
on a
again.
boat. I think it's a case of this is just nice little sort of... Also, do we have to be dressed in theme at only a week sort of something? Do they have to wear theme? I don't think they do.
You better. You don't have
It's
to,
not
but
a requirement, but it's encouraged.
it will be awesome if
45
you do.
biddies from Agami again, saying, tell Peter that you will make chat count.
Don't make the chat count. That's happened too many times on the website.
Oh, we've got to stop that.
No, the counting is fine because we fixed that.
Oh.
Who's
If
gonna win?
you spam, you get 5 messages in it's usually about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you get sent to the void for some time.
Here's the
But
point.
it's when somebody on the stream says count, that's when it goes bad, because then you have a lot of people starting to count, and that's when Pubno goes, I don't know, I don't know what to do. They're typing, and do I give them the letters back? Do you know what? No, nothing happens. You get nothing, and then the chat
Good day,
stops
sir.
working for 7 minutes. But what most people don't realize is that the chat stops for me, so I can't moderate it. It stops for everybody watching, because they're the ones spamming it, and it stops for the people watching, the people who are on the stream that you're watching, because they have it on a monitor that they're looking at.
Exactly.
They just can't see anything anymore because it just stops and chugs, and broadcasts take it down, and then when it comes back they put it back off.
It's like, yes, you can count, we know. I'm just trying to get the graphic for the boat party at the minute
Yeah.
throw up.
So here's the point. So there has been a straw poll created of saying who's going to win. A random who only came to watch to win. Peter, because he's got a gift, people falling in the water, which is very true. Limited Night James, even though he's not going, and Tudor, even though he's running it.
I haven't entered, so it's not gonna be me.
It's gonna be not you.
I mean, that's a joke.
It's gonna be not me.
Yes, there's the graphic for the boat party. Gotta do it quick. Gotta do it quick. Just
At the end of the day, I mean, this is your last chance to enter the raffle.
This is your
What the
last.
hell
This is
happened to the
literally.
cameras?
This is literally what happened.
They just
This is
flashed
the-
for a second.
Oh, because I was bringing
last
up
bypass
snipping
ticket.
tool. Yeah. This is literally your last chance to get a ticket to go on that boat.
Apart from obviously, actually no, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the last one. We've already given some away, and they've gone.
So now this is literally the last ticket you will actually be
Yeah.
It's
able to
gonna
win.
flash again. So yeah, you want to be on that boat? You better enter this damn giveaway.
Yeah, you better. And you do have to be in chat when it's drawn, or Moobot will not pick you. It has to find you in the chat. If you are not in the
Moobot
chat,
is a fickle mistress.
yep. If you are not in the chat, and if you are not active in the chat, so you need to at least just put a message, which is why you have to type raffle. It will not pick you, so you won't have a chance. I really hope this works.
So yeah,
It's going to be very anticlimactic otherwise.
I'm just
Yeah,
getting the
well,
graphic.
if it does, I'll just get a random number generator and we'll assign it to the list of people we can see.
And the winner is 409. Oh, wait, no.
Oh yay! That's me at the minute. I'm currently 409.
Exclamation! Get on with it. How long are we gonna give him? Another minute, or are we just gonna go for it?
It's 23:53. Give it. We can bam for 2 minutes, and then.
I mean, to be fair, we've been vamping for the last 10.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah.
graphic is
Wait,
up.
no.
I thought it was bad for the last hour.
Leave it open.
Yeah.
Leave it open for 2 minutes. Do the thing. Close out at the top of the hour.
It's beach party themed. Doesn't mean you have to wear them. I mean, it's advisable.
And it'll be
They look
awesome.
Cool.
It's like the thing with most themes, like you don't have to come in just your swim shorts. You can come in something.
Oh God, no.
Don't give them
It's-
ideas, Peter.
And it is
You
not a
can
new
come in
beach.
something
I'm wearing a
inspired
bikini.
by the beach. You can have a very nice floral shirt. You can
Or-
pull a John Risinger and have a floral romper. It's lovely.
Or you can come dressed as a sandcastle. Or with a
Right,
bucket
Chris,
on your head.
You put emphasis on the word "come," and that just sounded
No, I
really
didn't.
fucking wrong.
No, I didn't. This is your head. You did
You
this.
literally
No,
just went,
you see,
you
I
could
heard that
come
too.
dressed as a sandcastle, and it's just the best thing you said.
Yeah, there really was an inferred comma after that come.
Is that what you like to do, Peter? Do you like to put commas after you come? Right, boat party.
Should we draw?
Hang on. Yeah, now it's officially 5
Wait,
minutes to the hour.
let me get a drum roll. Let me get a drum roll.
Start drum. Oh, he's actually getting a drum roll, which we can't hear, but he
Yeah.
can.
I'll give you a thumbs up
okay.
when it's done, okay?
No, there's our drum roll. Right, tell me when.
As good as I can do.
Right, and it's muted.
Okay, I'm just gonna draw. Screw
Right.
Just draw.
it. Where is it? Tell me when. I've drawn it. Tudor. Tudor.
What?
Are you kidding?
Tudor won it.
Oh, for God's sake.
I posted waffle.
Tudor won
How, but Tudor didn't even enter. Or maybe it probably just picked from everyone in the chat.
Tudor won it. Okay, I'm
And
drawing it again.
drum
I'm
roll
drawing it
again.
Oh, great. Limited night
No, we don't want that.
No winner is?
one. No, it was limited night this time. Let's do it again.
Oh, Gabe could have won it, but okay.
Let's get going.
Just give
Oh,
it
that
to the
wasn't Gabe,
unpicked
that was
somebody
James.
else.
Right, and
Lazarus Dave has won it.
Dan has won it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cheating since he's bought a 409, but
I mean, we could draw it again.
Dan says roll it again.
Time is the charm.
Fourth time's a charm, aren't we? Yeah, can I draw it now?
Drop.
What I should have done is I should have taken it and then I can do my own gift.
Light Yagami
Yeah, you could have done that.
8565 309. You have won the boat party ticket.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
You just have to go up to Stuart's house to collect it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna write you a private message on Twitch, telling you how you can get it.
I do actually have a giveaway I need to do.
Now I need to speak to Anthony. Anthony, are you still in the chat? I'm gonna announce that as the winner in the chat.
Oh, Dan Fenton, didn't see you so far. Hey Dan, like I know you've been here the whole time, but it's the first time I've seen you chat. Hi. Dan's our Scottish friend.
So
Hi,
it's
the new.
going to be an awesome Guardian.
So,
You'll see him at
Anthony,
registration.
Chris, would you want to try and get in contact with Anthony and see if you can get hold of that ticket?
He's there.
Oh, yeah, Anthony, could you
He's a lady's American.
DM me, please?
Lady's
DM me,
American.
please.
Lady's American.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can't
right.
actually
Right now,
message
who is in the chat? Who's attending RTX London? Who does not have a party ticket? Who would like to go? Everyone who can do that, say now.
Like
everyone-
Wakami's in the US, can I redraw? Permission to
No,
redraw?
just don't do a draw. Everyone who wants to go, let us know right now. Who can go?
Literally, if anybody in the stream wants it, say
Ask for it.
now.
And
If
I will
not,
do, I will
I
do a
might
random.
mix it in with a giveaway that I have to do for a different company from a long
Go,
time
go,
ago.
go. Everyone say you want it if you are actually going. Like Dr.
Dr.
Cena.
Cena.
Yay.
Limited night.
Let's go,
They
let's
are
go.
going. They are actually going.
Well, James isn't.
No, but Gabe is.
Yeah, but that's not limited night.
Okay, so Yagami wants... give it to Peter. So that's one here.
Can I just
Yeah.
take up fingers too for the fun of it?
Yeah, so Gabe and T-Boy want to go. So that's limited night. T-Boy's a Guardian.
That doesn't guarantee that he can't go. Depends on what team he's in.
Exactly. I think he's in his sense.
So we have T-Boy, we have Gabe, we have John Cena.
You typing these down, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be random,
Good. Sweet.
Who'd have thought
So
the
that it?
Yeah.
would be this complicated?
Right, and
Because
Gone through
apparently...
4 rounds of raffle. We've gone through a
No, it's
self-declaration
Callum from...
process.
Oh, Cena's Callum from RT London.
and the winner is John Cena, aka known as
Dr.
Dr.
Cena.
Cena.
Nice.
That was a mess.
I know.
It was
I was way back from my microphone because I don't know what my levels are.
Yeah, I'm calling this is rigged because I just did another draw as Moobot just to see what happened. Pick Tudor.
Oh well, you know. it obviously
Congratulations,
wants to
Tudor.
go.
You're going to the boat party. Congratulations.
So we are rapidly approaching the top of the hour. Final messages from everybody.
Top
I'm
of the
taking
hour
over your
to you.
job, Chris. This is my job now.
Okay,
Chris
we'll
Tudor,
swap
your
jobs.
final word for the stream.
Word.
In 1 minute's time, RTX London will be 1 week away for most people.
Panicking. Scruffy, your final word for the stream.
Kumquats.
That's a solid final word. My
Catherine
final
will get the
word.
reference. Catherine will get the reference.
I hope somebody will. My final word for the stream is light switch because that's the first thing I saw when I put my eyes forward. And Mr. Chris, the person who's supposed to be doing this bit but who didn't, your final word and finally close this thing out.
Don't forget, if you're going to RTX London alone,
One word!
you can join the
RTX
loners.
London.
You
Loners.
could have just
That's
said
his word.
loners.
He could have.
Thank you
Anyway,
all for coming to this bumper special
It's been 2 hours
409
long.
apostrophe D podcast
Featuring Mr. Tudor.
the 409 crew and special guests, Mr. Chris Tudor,
I can't see where everything is, so.
King Lord Commander, Chief of High Command,
For the watch.
HRH QE2 of Rooster Teeth UK, and me, a dude who makes GIFs.
And you know who
Sunglasses.
works for the
Sorry,
company
GIFs.
hosting the event.
You can, look, I might be in the guest list in the app. That doesn't mean it's gone to my head.
Anyway,
I'll give it a few
We're
days.
Thank you all
raid
for
game
turning
attack.
up.
Anyway,
we're gonna raid game attack. Hopefully it works.
Who did a great job of raising more than $6,000 for Extra Life this
That's
year.
a lot
is
more
the
than my
reason we are
£150.
raiding them. Anyway,
Thank you all.
thank you.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me, guys.
It's
you
been
later,
great
guys.
having you. It's been great having you here on my podcast.
Yeah, thanks
you
for having
coming
us,
to my
Peter.
TED Talk. Thank you all for the bits. Please do say nice things in the game
Yeah,
attack chat
please do.
because they are a lovely bunch of people. Bolton and
really
Craig have
nice.
done a lot of hard work to make their new venture work in a more independent platform, and they're nice people who like me. So be nice to them. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.
Goodbye.
Thanks for coming.
Night all. Thank you.